All right, welcome to Total XP. I am Max, and I have Dylan here with me today
What's up?
to talk about the E3 stuff that has happened so far.
Exciting stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
So we're just going to talk for a bit before PC gaming starts
Right.
about the things that have happened so far.
The recap.
Yeah.
The best recap. The only
yeah.
recap. I have the best recaps.
Here we go.
So I guess first on the list, Sea of Thieves.
Yes.
I think everyone's pumped about Sea of Thieves. I'm super pumped about Sea of Thieves. Multiplayer kind of looks like, not MMO, but like multiplayer pirate ship battles.
Yeah, I'm not really, big on
Mm-hmm.
MMO games anymore, really, especially, pirate ones have had a bad rap since we were children. But,
Right.
it'll be neat to
try that again.
see, something new coming through.
Right. So, they showed off about a bunch more gameplay than I think there's one developer gameplay videos, one developer gameplay video that came out, and then they released more gameplay on the actual with some pseudo announcer.
Yeah, they did.
It looked really fun. I just wish they showed what's inside the treasure.
Mm.
I even tweeted out to them what's in the box, because I was curious.
Gotta get that reference in there.
Right? Yeah. I'm all about references. So, because I'm wondering what kind of loot do you get? Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just doubloons? And what do you buy with these doubloons? Is it ships, weapons, sails?
Yeah,
what
for
it?
Sure.
It looks like you have loadouts and stuff, and how many players are on one server? How many? They're not gonna release all their details,
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. But I just really want to know what was in the box. 'Cause they got two. They got two treasure chests, and you can trade them in. I was
That's true,
oh. What's inside of them that I can trade in, and then I don't know. It looked really cool. I'm still really happy about it.
Yeah, you definitely need to add some value to whatever you're doing.
Right.
To you don't want to just trade that's cool, but what am I collecting?
What am I doing?
Yeah,
with it?
that's
Is it just pairs of socks? Is it is it more ammo? What is it like?
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come in due time before the game does come out, but yeah.
No, for sure. That's very fair.
Right.
If you want to talk a little bit about the train wreck that was the 15-minute conference.
The Devolver Digital.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really interesting. So I stayed up for it. It was about 1:00 Eastern Standard Time. So here in Oakville.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed up for it, and it started out as kind of it was a joke. It was a joke press conference because Devolver Digital is it even said on the billboard there's going to be no game releases, don't at us, don't do this, don't do that. It was okay, so they're making light and they're making fun of press conferences because they're all very they try to be really formal, but a lot of them do mess up their speeches, and even
sure.
the actor purposely messed up some of her lines, check a look. She kept every time that a game came on, she's like, check a look. And
right.
I was okay, funny. And so, and they talked about earliest access, which I thought was pretty funny because everyone's like, oh, you can play our games now. So she's like, you can buy our game from the moment of conception, and she kept talking about that, and you can literally throw money at a screen, and you're paying for the game.
Yeah.
And it was a big 15-minute sketch, and that was it. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I think they did show two games.
Okay, yeah.
I forget the names of the game now. One was kind of it was Serious Sam's Bogus Detour, which is kind of a Enter the Gungeon top-down shooter.
Right, yeah.
But very pixelated, so it's not in the genre of the old Serious Sam's.
Right, yeah.
But it's multiplayer, and there's deathmatch, so that's kind of cool.
Okay. So they did still use it to
two games
stuff,
of the predicted 30.
Okay.
Or something.
All right.
I don't know if it's an actual prediction, but someone they're going to release just a ton of indie games.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there's another one which I cannot remember the name of now. I'm a terrible podcaster, I guess. But yeah, and then it was just what they call the pre-show, which I don't know if they can see the Twitch screen right now, but the guy on the left there, John, he was on it, and I think the guy on the right was too.
There you go.
Yeah, they were on it, and it was just kind of.
To be clear, he doesn't mean the South Park characters.
No. Yeah, no. South Park was there. Trey, Matt Stone, they were all there. It was great. It was a great time to be had. No, yeah, it was a pre-show, and it was 45 minutes of improv.
Okay.
And they got a guy who was, I think, from Devolver Digital,
right,
to be part of it, and they brought these games, but they were what you would think like a Game Jam game would be. Like they weren't real games.
Okay.
Well, I guess they were real games, but they weren't like actual titles. And like one was called like Frog Smasher. It was kind of like Smash Bros, but you were frogs, and you just kind of like hit each other with baseball bats. And like okay. And then there's another game where like you switch games every like 15 seconds, and like all the games from like 1984.
Oh right, yeah. So just like the kinds of things where it's just like.
Just whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And then they played Hotline Miami for about 30 minutes, and then I turned it off.
Why not? Yeah.
Because I was like, so are they actually going to release any games or announce any more games? And I was like, no. Okay, I'm going to go to bed. Right. I got to be up in the morning.
I mean, there is something to be said for like not releasing more than you know that you're going to as far as information, because you know, who knows how many they're actually going to release. I'm assuming more than 2.
Right. I hope so. I mean, they're a publisher. I hope so.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, the first part was funny. The actual like the fake conference, like they kept throwing stock videos up of like people laughing in a movie theater,
right?
And like eating popcorn. Like one guy was like asleep, and that was kind of funny. But after that, it was kind of just okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go to bed.
it's good for a while, but you can't really do it for like a solid hour.
Yeah, like it was. I was like, okay,
that's a bit much.
When they were starting to show like, let's play some games. Like, I'm like, okay, thank God. Like, let's do that right now. Let's play some games. And they started playing like Frog Smash. And I was like, oh, it's more jokes. Yeah. Okay, I understand. Yeah. I'm just a peasant. I'm just gonna go.
Oh well. No, I mean they did something different, which is always appreciated.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, that's still. I mean, it's nice to see new things happening at E3 all the time, but like at the same time, you definitely want.
It was different, which I liked. There's never been like a comedy. It wasn't a real conference. It was like, but it was never been like a joke conference like that. Yeah. So it was refreshing, but nah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. We were just distracted for a second because there's someone outside the window staring at us.
I thought it was like a professor of yours, so I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna come in here and like say something.
Okay. We're a little bit of a fishbowl in here. It's a little bit strange.
Hello, people.
But yeah, so moving on from the smaller ones, Xbox and Bethesda had things.
Right.
Those were
large. BioWare's new IP, Anthem.
Yeah.
Got shown a little bit of gameplay. I guess there was no. Yeah, it was a little bit of gameplay, and it seems kind of like a Destiny meets Monster Hunter, which was really interesting. It definitely piqued my interest. I'm not gonna lie. Because it is a BioWare title.
Yeah.
Big RPGs, you know, like Dragon Age Origins, Mass Effect, like Star Wars, like big games.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Like, my friend of mine kept asking, like, okay, who can I sleep with in this game? You know, like, who can I sleep with? And like they're all robots. She's like, can I sleep with that robot? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So they didn't show a whole lot of the additional content other than the combat, and it was pre-alpha footage, I think. Okay. So it makes me think that their one core mechanic of the combat is down, and they're working on the other two, like the probably the dialogue and then another mechanic after that.
Well, that makes sense. My big thing with the Anthem trailer was just like they were real, like it almost sounded like they were talking like as gamers.
Yeah, they do that. A lot of conferences do that, or a lot of games do that. They do that. This is totally how we sound when we play games. Like, oh yeah, I got it. Like, oh, did you get like that sick weapon? Yeah. It's like, yeah, I got it last weekend. Like, no one talks like that.
No, and like no one talks like they're a character in the, I mean, some people do, but most people don't talk as the characters in the game.
It must have been a role-playing server.
Yeah. Like, that's so specific. Yeah, like, I get what they were trying to do, but it was so confusing as to, like, what was going to be game mechanics and what was just them
chit-chatting.
Talking.
Yeah, like, at first I thought, like, even when The Division came out, I thought it was just the characters having banter back and forth. And I was like, oh, that's really cool, you know? But, like, no, it's just people pretending to be people pretending to be gamers playing the game, talking to their friends or something.
Yeah, no, like it takes a second for someone to be like, oh, this is a massive online game. Like this is just multiplayer.
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of cringy, but I did like I just tried to tune it out and like to try to like pick apart all the little game mechanics you can see.
No, for sure.
So it did look really cool.
Yeah, like as a game, I'm excited to like see what actually comes of it.
Yeah, I'm excited for the next step, but I'm not saying I'm hyped about the game because I don't know what it is yet. Like I remember when No Man's Sky came out.
Right. Yeah.
Cody kept talking about like, okay, but what do you do? And I was like, like no, like you fly around, you gather stuff. She's like, no, Dylan, what do you do?
Yeah.
And I was like, don't know. And then it was like it's like when it came out, it's like, yeah, what do you do?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
now
no,
I'm holding my comments. I'm like,
No,
I'm
that's
just gonna
fair.
wait.
I've had a friend. I have a friend who was just super into like when No Man's Sky came out. I
Mhm.
mean, it's his kind of game. Like he
Right.
was there for it, and
Mhm.
like I get it, but I do understand the other side of like, okay, but like
But what do you do?
content though.
Content. Yeah. So I'm curious.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another one from yesterday for me
Was
was Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes.
Now,
was.
I don't know if you noticed, but the eagle is the new Eagle Vision, and I picked that up because that was like the first Eagle Vision, right? Because like usually it's just like you have that weird animus, like
Yeah.
I can see through like walls, but now it's like you're an actual there's
Yeah.
the eagle. So, but one thing that really bothered me was that you can curve your arrows now. Apparently,
Oh yeah.
like there's a guy running away and he like shoots an arrow and he goes down some stairs and the arrow like curves down the stairs that you can control it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
That's a little bit, especially like going back to ancient Egypt.
Yeah. So like, yes, ancient Egypt, like no more weird animus. Nope.
Yeah.
Unless they're still inside the animus, but still like, I don't know. I'm still hyped for the game. Like I do like the Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
franchise. I didn't get a chance to play Syndicate or Unity, but Origins I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
But
for
they
sure.
added a lot more RPG elements, like
yeah, I think
levels.
that was one of their big things. They just wanted to make it more.
RPG.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing too is it's not a place that's famous for
Yeah.
huge
Mhm.
stoneworked buildings that
True.
have like crevices you can climb and
Mhm.
like sure there are parts of it, but it's still a
So-
country that's mostly desert.
Yeah.
So like they don't have as much to work off of.
Right. So yeah, you think they added more to that to like offset
Yeah.
the lack of
I have a feeling just like
parkourness.
well, yeah, that and also like they probably wanted to have I don't know how much of this was like cause and how much was effect, but like
Mhm.
the horses and everything like that, like we're seeing how they're have the gameplay going right now, just like
Mhm.
have that tie in to be an excuse for how the assassins started, but then also like look, the beginnings of parkour, like
Look.
we're hinting at how this might have started, but also this wasn't relevant to when it started. So like, yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know how I feel about Origins though.
Like the title?
Yeah, because like everything so far has been like
Hmm.
really. I mean, you know, it's still tied to the same
Right.
mythology,
Like
but
is he the first assassin? Is it gonna be like the first Templar?
yeah, like,
like-
and it's a little bit weird, like to have the first Templar
Mm-hmm.
be pre, like
Mm-hmm.
Christianity.
Right. So, yeah, maybe like I'm curious because like it's always been assassins versus the Templars. It's
Yeah.
the whole shtick, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, and this guy like apparently is a protector of the village, and he came back and somebody took over.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like the story beats.
I think it's false oracle though, isn't it? So it could
Yeah.
that could be the beginnings of
Yeah,
it too.
exactly. So that's what I hope it is. Is like as something happens, like the thing about trailers now is they give away a lot. You can also do a lot of speculation. Like he probably goes to kill him, probably gets away and starts like a whole new thing. And he's
Yeah.
like, "We're called the Templars." Cut to black, roll credits.
Yeah.
And, you know, like that's the end of the game. So
Name drop, roll credits.
he's pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, yeah, it's a good point. Like, is it it seems like the origins because he doesn't call himself an assassin. So
No, yeah.
how does he become village protector to assassin? You know, like
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they like
Mhm.
connect the whole story with.
for
like,
sure. And like, are you
the
still inside the
background.
Animus, or is this 100%?
Yeah.
Um,
I had the feeling that this was like pre-animus. Like this
I hope
is,
so.
This is just the beginnings of
Right.
the story. Like we're gonna scrap
Mhm.
the whole. This is kind of VR, and
Right.
like no, this is just this is where you are.
this is like you are here now.
Yeah.
There's no I forget his name now. It starts with a D from the first game. There's no Damon
yeah.
or like Damon Miles or whatever. Desmond.
Desmond.
It's like there's no Desmond in some lab. Like you are whatever your character name is.
No, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Any other big ones for you from?
For me, Shadow of War is
yeah.
a big one. I never played the first one, but I watched a lot of it. That's usually what I do. If I can't buy the game because I'm a broke college student.
Yeah.
I usually
the
watch
broke college
like
student life.
I usually just like watch it because I can still gather. It might not be as fun,
Mhm.
but I can still gather a lot of information from it
No,
for
for
design.
sure.
So, Shadow of War looks really interesting. Like they said they added a bunch of mechanics to the Nemesis system, which really sold the first one because a lot of people were saying it was the saving grace of the first game, because it was basically Assassin's Creed in Middle Earth with that weird like ghost mechanic. But then the Nemesis system was like, oh, what's this?
Oh, yeah.
You know, if I don't kill this guy, like he gets away and becomes like higher up, or like now he's afraid of fire because I didn't kill him the first time. So I'm really excited for it, because now you can like take over people and like add them to your army, attack strongholds, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, no, the more story elements to this one seem like they're gonna be interesting. Because as much as I liked the other game, like it does get really tedious after a while, and like it's just grinding. You're like, all right, this is fine, like it was fun, but I never finished it. Like it was too much, because I had other things to play that had stories, and I was like, I would rather play something that goes through. You know, it'll be interesting to see how they do with, like, this one seems like they're putting more effort into story, so.
Yeah, it definitely does. Like, it's because it's all about, like, building an army to fight Saruman or whatever.
For sure.
But, like, here's the thing. Like, when you, in the gameplay trailer they did show, you can, like, weaken someone, and then, like, you can take them over, you can humiliate them, or you can, like, kill them. Okay. And it's like, what's the benefits from humiliating them or killing them versus converting them, because like, why wouldn't you just convert? Like, if you accidentally kill them, I understand, but why not just convert everybody?
And I'm sure that'll like come up more when they have more out for all this stuff too.
Maybe it's like, oh, he's like a weaker general, so like I already have like 30 good ones, I don't need another one, so you just humiliate him, and like it probably does something like they're gonna like, I don't know, he's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, or their morale's gonna drop or something.
No, for sure. Just because it's heading into close to when they start the actual conference, I wanted to cover all the online stuff that was talked about in the last couple of days, like Minecraft and Elder Scrolls and stuff.
Minecraft, yes.
Bring a lot in.
So, Minecraft's going all platforms.
Yeah.
Which is something gamers have been asking for since the dawn of gamers.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I can't count as how many games I've been like, oh, I wish, like, oh, they said like you may be able to pay for like PS3 to PS like or Xbox titles together. Yeah. And like PC has always been in its own realm. And like, I don't know how many games do it today, but now it's like Nintendo. I think the Switch was mentioned.
Yeah,
the Wii U?
Switch is doing a whole bunch now just because they can. So they're doing, I know that like Skyrim's coming up for it.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
FIFA, like EA's starting to do more of their series games with Switch too. So while the Switch only has 6 titles still, they're at least cross-platform.
So now like they added a bunch of ones that you can play with like our friends. So it's like, I mean, they have 6 like of their own titles, and now they have like 30 titles and like on top of that. So that's pretty lit. Did I just say lit? Nice.
You did.
that's my girlfriend getting to me. The lingo is starting to set in.
But yeah, no, it is definitely interesting to see like how and especially like with Nintendo now too, because like they can do that now that they have a system that
like usually they're their own thing, but now they're actually like joining the collective gaming sphere.
Which is
or whatever.
A nice change. But yeah, anything you're pumped for in the next hour?
I'm curious. I actually don't know what they're gonna talk about, like what they're gonna like announce or anything. Because like I have like a bit of speculations, like probably some like Blizzard stuff, maybe because like it's mainly PC.
Blizzard has kind of said they're not gonna do anything for this one, so I don't know how much they're gonna talk about. And like we saw Overwatch for a second up there, but they were
it was the new Intel chip. Talking about,
like they're probably gonna keep most of their stuff for BlizzCon if they say anything.
Exactly, so that's actually very true. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I usually don't catch the PC conference because it's usually early in the morning, and I stay up late watching like Devolver Digital.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of curious of what they're going to talk about, because I don't remember a time where I did catch the PC gaming show, so I don't know what they're going to talk about.
That's fair. I've heard a couple like speculations, but nothing like
for sure. Like we thought that Bethesda was going to announce the new IP. I always Star something. Star something. That's the one.
Yep.
So Star something.
Been all morning and we can't figure out what it's called.
It's like Star. It's gonna bug me. I'm gonna have to look it up during when they actually start talking. But yeah, we thought they were gonna announce the new IP, and
I mean, if this is anything like Bethesda, we'll have 2 minutes of we're all just cool moms and dads.
Oh, shots fired.
I mean, it was great, but like it was very like, get ready, we're all parents. Like, it's gonna be dad jokes for the next hour.
Yeah, it was nice though. I liked it because they're talking about like all their kids. That's what I want to do, right? Like I want my kid to be like, my dad makes video games. Like damn right I do. And then like Bethesda was like, I'm a designer. Like, hire me. I'm a designer too.
Yeah.
Like, and then like the Bethesda land was kind of cool, like because they had the whole like Nuka world thing, so it kind of felt very similar to that.
Yeah, for sure.
I am excited for the titles they're announced. I even picked up Elder Scrolls Legends last night.
Nice.
Like I was like, oh yeah, that's a game I want to check out, and I do have like the creation kit or the creation launcher. And I was like, I might as well check it out. So far, I'm liking it. I'm only like 3 matches in.
Yeah, for sure.
But that conference did make me pick it up because also they're doing this thing called drops now with Twitch. So every time you watch a Bethesda Twitch, they have random drops you can pick up, and they're like I think it's for Legends exclusively. I'm not sure.
That'll be interesting. On that note, conference is starting, so I'm gonna click over to that.
I'm excited.
Oh, and I'm gonna get us some volume on that.
All things PC gaming. I've been your quizmaster, Tom Marks. Be sure to stick around because you won't want to miss it.
Oh,
Twitch streams.
Get a countdown.
Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. And here we go. Powered by Intel. That's why Intel
Why do we
was up
call
for
it
this.
the personal computer? Well, it's not just a box or a station, right? Your PC doesn't exist without you. And you don't just use your PC, you're its keeper. You're responsible for it. PC gamers get their hands dirty. We turn the screws, we clean the fans, we thread the cables. It's got your fingerprints on it, and that has a special kind of pride. We build our PCs, and through them, we build friendships.
I'm not
and
sure
rivalries.
if we're talking about children or computers right now.
We build communities.
Well,
and our reflexes.
my PC is my child.
Okay, fair enough.
We write stories, we make mods because we get to decide what experience we
Get
want.
the hell out of my face.
Yes.
God bless you, modders. PCs are scaffolding for our imaginations. That's what PC gaming means to us. To build. And to give back to your hobby as much as it gives to you. This is the PC Gaming Show 2017.
Strap in, y'all.
My body is ready. Oh, the dubs.
And gentlemen,
Oh,
boys
yeah.
and girls, and lovers of games
Day
all
9.
over the place, this is the PC Gaming Show, sponsored by Intel. How are you all doing this fine morning? Ah,
boy.
yes. You're doing woo. That's excellent. I'm your host, Sean Day9 Plot, and if you have never been to this show before, it's simple. We have a slew of incredible guests who are going to talk
This is
about
the
all
most
their
engaged
upcoming
any
games,
of the presenters have been
one after
all
It's
weekend.
Dana. I
So, I'd
love
like to warmly
Dana
welcome all
or
of
Sean.
you for
I have
coming out to the beautiful
I follow his
Ace
YouTube
Hotel
channel.
Yeah.
Theater
Oh
in
man,
downtown Los
he's a
Angeles.
talker. He just
Twitch
talks.
chat,
and
it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
pleasure to
Nope.
have you
Talks and
here.
talks and talks.
I
He's
know that
great.
you're currently
Oh, yeah.
being productive and constructive in chat right now. Now, if you're interested in watching in another
Casual
language,
shade.
over at PCGamingShow.com, we have German, Spanish, Russian, Chinese. Feel free to head there, or stay right here
Bless all of
for
those
English
translators.
coverage. And without any further ado,
Bless them.
let's find out what's happening this year at the PC Gaming Show.
This is the PC Gaming Show, live from the theater at Ace Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, California.
This guy, yeah,
Yeah.
Uncle Wayne.
Coming up,
Yep.
Intel explores the future of PC gaming.
Okay, VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, VR.
I thought
New
Oculus wasn't
announcements
showing
from
up.
Xbox.
That Sea of Thieves.
Jordan Weissman, the
didn't
creator
really
of
look like it,
MechWarrior,
but we'll
gives
see.
a first ever look at BattleTech's campaign. New footage
Alright.
for Middle Earth,
Yeah.
Shadow of War.
Shadow of War.
A new game from Play Entertainment.
Oh.
Interesting.
New
Okay.
gameplay from Total War, Warhammer 2.
Oh, another war. Total
New
War.
announcements for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Like that's the most
An
popular
exciting
game.
reveal
Like
from
right now.
Tripwire
Yeah.
Interactive.
And it's like it.
And
It's
plenty
most played
more.
game, PC game, like right now,
Wow.
which is like kind of
John
crazy.
Platt.
Everyone's playing it all the time now.
Thank
That's
you
fair.
so much, evil, omnipotent voice in the sky. Let's talk about our
Wonderful.
very first game. It is an expansion to the legendary and infamous turn-based strategy game, XCOM 2. Let's take a
Oh.
look.
Wow.
And a lot of people love XCOM.
Oh yeah.
I like watching XCOM. It's too
That's
advanced.
fair. Seeing games like XCOM makes me feel old.
Right?
Like, I'm only 20 years old, but seeing this stuff makes me feel old because I'm like, I remember when these games
When
were a
XCOM
thing of my childhood.
first came out.
Yeah.
2K, big guys.
Oh, yeah.
Great stream.
Ooh. These Overwatch tees.
If only you knew the truth.
Okay, an energy sword?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
There were 3 resistance groups
I mean,
that we
you know,
consider a legitimate threat to Advent.
They gotta move on from
Together,
the
they
earliest
made one
days
hell
of
of a
PC
fighting
gaming
force.
somehow.
Too bad they hate each other.
So, you do exist.
It's definitely interesting to see how far these games have come.
Right.
You are
Like, even like XCOM 2, which I didn't think was a heavily modded game, is a heavily modded game.
Oh yeah, no, for
I
sure.
had no idea. Like, I had no idea how big the XCOM thing actually is.
Yeah.
It's massive.
No, I remember like the XCOM boxes sitting in our house when I was a kid, and like the amount of mods that I know my cousin put into those things. Like, it's, you know, people go crazy with them, but
Right. And it, like rightfully so. It's such a well-made game, and
oh yeah,
like one of the probably the best
That
strategy
would be
games
good.
to come to PC in a long time.
for sure.
I suppose we should begin then.
Now the real war begins.
It's also gotten just so lucky with like when it keeps coming out too. Like,
The War of the Chosen.
buy our
Oh.
game and you shall be chosen.
Oh, it's an right, it's an expansion.
Yeah.
XCOM 2 War of the Chosen is the creative director of XCOM 2 over at Firaxis, Jake Solomon. Pleasure to have you here today.
This is very
so
exciting.
happy.
We finally get to talk about
He's
this.
honestly
so
the
yes,
best caster.
very pumped
Oh, yeah.
for
He used to
Well, then
showcast
tell us, what is War of the Chosen all
StarCraft
about?
2, so
Well,
that's, he's
so the goal
very,
with this
that's,
game
he's
really
always
was to
Oh,
make
yeah.
stuff like that.
something massive.
Or
So
StarCraft.
we added
Oh, yeah.
a ton of new enemies, lots of new soldier classes, new environments, story, strategy systems, just tons of new toys for
So
players.
just
to
new
engage.
things.
And I understand that it's an expansion that's even larger than any of the
Atypical, new
ones you've done
things.
previously.
Yeah.
Easily
I mean, that's fairly
twice the
standard
size
for
of the previous
E3.
an
XCOM
expansion and
It
E3
is
in
massive.
general.
Old
Let's go ahead and
things,
start talking
the
about-
same thing, rebundled to you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
basically.
The
Microsoft.
Chosen, right? You saw them, they starred in the trailer.
Was that some
So
salt
they
at
were
Microsoft there?
designed to be the
No.
ultimate
I love
enemies
Microsoft.
Of XCOM. They are 3
I mean,
almost,
you know,
champions.
There's
of
only
the
so much
alien
new you
army.
can do in video games.
True,
and they
true,
have
true.
3 very
Before you're just doing
distinct
the same thing
personalities and
all the
3
time.
very distinct
kinda like
fighting
film.
styles.
Oh,
Players
hey.
can
Wow,
pick their own
ouch.
as well.
Is that a dig at me?
Over the course of a whole game,
No.
No.
each of those
No,
chosen
it'll be interesting to see what they
multiple
do with
times. And the Chosen, just like the player,
Stuff this year, though,
they
'cause
get
especially with
stronger over
PC
the course of the
becoming
game. They
E
learn
like
new
more and more.
skills,
Now
new
VR,
Yeah.
abilities.
it's all about
They
VR.
even
Oh,
get
yeah.
Everything's
new
VR now.
procedural strengths
Like,
that the player's gonna have to
Bethesda,
contend
what they
with.
say
So in a
as
sense, it's
Fallout
not like a normal
and
enemy
Doom
where you
VR,
might see
Yeah.
a
VFR.
chosen in one
But yeah,
battle
it's
and a chosen
everything's
in the next.
VR
It will
now.
be
Oh,
the
yeah, for
same
sure.
chosen again and again,
No, it'll
again,
be-
getting new strengths.
I don't know what
That's
else
right,
they like.
that's right.
I don't know
And so
what
you
games
just
they're
think
gonna
they
announce
always
VR
have
for
something new up their
with this,
sleeve because
but
they're
you
always
know, I
learning and
suspect it
trying
won't be
new
the
tricks.
strategy games.
Well, you might
Yeah,
see
it'd be interesting though
personalities
playing like a
from shows.
Total
Walk me
War in
through
VR.
who the
No,
chosen
for
are,
sure.
That would be
what
definitely
their
because
strengths
like
and
you do have the
weaknesses
bird's eye
might be.
view,
Yeah, so for
and you don't need to
example,
like
there's the
physically move
assassin,
around. Like you're
and
just
Yeah.
panning a
her
screen,
personality
and then
is
you can
tied
zoom
up
into like the
duty
players.
and
Like
Yeah.
the
Well, if
player.
you even if you need to
honor-bound
have
to
like
serve her masters, her
the screen be a
creators, and
section
does,
of your
course, fight
controls, and then you
together
could look
next
around
time
your
and
control room.
killing
Because that
each
would,
other.
you know, that's basically what you are already.
Basically.
So it would just replace
expression
what
of
you would look at
We're
normally
bringing
with
back some
Right.
familiar
something
elements
else.
from
I
earlier
think
in
that'd
the
be the
game.
best way for them to do that.
And
but-
so,
Yeah.
but
I think it'd be kinda
combat-wise,
cool if
she's a mix
even,
of
like, XCOM
stealth
had a
and
VR.
close
Yeah.
quarters combat,
I mean,
so
like-
she can vanish from sight, and she
Yeah, I
uses
think it would
that
be
to
cool to
get
see
in
like kind of
close
like
on
dip
the
around,
soldiers
like
and
get
use
into
her
like the
blades. So-
third person view.
and she's very
No, for sure.
powerful, and she
Just,
has
like,
a sort of unique
get to
fighting
see-
style that the player hasn't seen before.
And we've talked
Even like a
about
League of
this
Legends
new obstacle
style.
in the form
Mhm.
of the chosen.
In VR.
I mentioned
Yeah.
That'd be kinda,
assassin.
like-
What are the other two?
There's
'Cause,
the
like,
hunter, that's
yeah,
more a long-range sniper.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
and
how
then
you
we
would do
have
it. Like
the warlock,
how fun that
which
would.
is,
What would you like? Because I've seen
warlock.
like footage online about
So, yeah, you
VR,
look
like
the
not VR,
warlock. So,
it's
yeah,
first
they all
person
have
League of
very
Legends,
unique
and
Oh,
there's
yeah.
there's no like
so
there's no
it's fun
skybox,
to
No.
so it's a
fight each other.
black.
What
All right.
And like
tools that
it's
players
kind of
have
it's
in
kind
order
of hard
to
because like
overcome this obstacle
the
of
character
chosen?
Lee Sin like
Yes,
you hit
so-
wards like over walls,
XCOM is
and
not the only
it's
resistance
kind of cool.
movement
So
on
League of
Earth.
Legends
So
VR
in War of the Chosen,
that
you
could
have
be
these 3 factions
different,
out there, and
Right,
they
yeah.
or a game
like
like
the
League of
Chosen,
Legends, like a
they
just
all
a
have
MOBA
distinct
that's VR.
philosophies and
Yeah.
distinct.
Honestly, I
fighting
think
style.
League of Legends would
But
work
the
for
player to
VR if
get
you
access
had
to
like
those, first they have to
just
win
a
those
master
factions,
controller,
so
like
they have
someone
to
who
recruit
still
them to the
had to
XCOM
look at
cause.
the regular
But when you
screen,
do,
so like you could
you
still
have
have
access to
essentially everyone was
the
your chess
three
pieces,
the
because
most
you know
powerful
Yeah.
soldiers
that's
we've
how it
ever
works already.
created.
Right.
So
But like
Taking a
have
look
that
at
one
the Reaper
person
right
just be
now.
designated.
That's
Mhm.
right, the
I think that would
Reapers.
be
So
like
they
a cool
are
way of
sort
doing that.
stealth
Have someone else
marksmen
be
and
your eyes.
saboteurs.
Yeah.
That would
Then
be,
we have
yeah.
the skirmishers,
Oh, yeah.
which
Like,
are
they had the,
actually defectors from the alien
did that
army.
in,
Oh, that makes sense with the art style. Yeah,
Battlefield.
Look at those fingers. Yeah,
4
so they're
with the like
half
the
alien,
not the
human
Overwatch,
hybrids,
but it was
and
like
they're
the
sort of
commander.
single soldier
Right, yeah.
wrecking crews.
And
Really
that was kind of
powerful.
cool, where
And
like
then we
you could
have
play
the
on a
Templars,
tablet,
and they're the most
and like
mysterious of the
you see the
factions.
whole map,
They are
and so
Nice.
like, when you drop like
wildlings,
a
and they
UAV
work
or
a little
something, you
differently
like, oh,
because
there's like
they
3
build
guys
up
over
power
at B
over
flag,
multiple
or heading
Right,
to
yeah.
B flag,
that they
so you
can
can get
then
like your
unleash
squad over there.
in more
Like
That's
here, I'm gonna
cool.
drop
So
like
sort of like
ammo
mini
on the way.
resource management
That was
mechanic
really cool.
specifically
So
for the Templar.
it'd be cool to see
Definitely
someone
is.
bring
There's
that back,
trade-offs
because I
there
think it
where
was
as
like
they
kind of
gain
underappreciated
focus,
mechanic because it hardly worked. And whenever
stronger, or you can
one
spend it
team
on
had a
making
commander
more powerful
and you
abilities.
didn't, you felt the
Now,
difference.
Oh
this
yeah,
trailer
for sure.
got the chance to
No, I
briefly
like
look
the
at
resurgence
Lost.
of like
Though we didn't see them too much,
connecting
wanted to get a chance for you
technologies
to talk
for the
about them a
same
little more now. Who
game.
are they?
Mhm.
Right.
Because
So
like we
the
see it sometimes
Lost,
with you know
this comes out of the
PlayStation will be
idea
like,
that
here,
the
look
original
an
Alien
iToy.
invasion
Like-
happened 20 years
Oh
ago.
yeah, the
And in
iToy.
Yeah, right?
invasion,
That
the
was
Like,
a thing.
that was a thing that happened.
Adorable little
Right?
thing that happened.
So like
in
having
War
that stuff be
Chosen,
like, look,
we
it's
go back,
still
and
part of
what
the
we
system,
find
but it
there
does a
are
completely
the
different thing
Lost,
for the system. And like
Right.
having that kind of
I
stuff
thought
happen,
everyone
but
in the
having that
city's
happen
died,
more
but
with like
apparently they're
tablets
alive
and
and
like
well.
Yeah.
They're fine.
have your
Yeah, as
phone
you
do
can
this
see,
part
they
for
did
you.
Exactly,
the
because
last
it's
10
like
years really
if you're
well.
playing
So,
like a first person,
yeah, these are
one player
heavily mutated humans, and
PS4
a
game or whatever,
single
it's like,
loss
well,
is not gonna
I'm
pose
sure there's
much
some
of a
things I can do with my
challenge,
phone just to play
but
with you, you know?
unfortunately,
Yeah,
you
for
don't
sure.
fight single loss
Yeah, there's
in
like
large
it's been
swarms.
happening a lot more in
So
like
when
board
you go
games
to
and
the
stuff
city,
too.
Yeah.
That's the
these
bigger.
swarms
I think
are
there's a lot that
drawn
like
to the
video
center
games should
of
start
combat,
taking from that
and
for
they
like,
never stop.
especially
sure.
online like
And there is a silver
things like
lining,
this
which
where
is
it's,
that
it's a
the
strategy
Lost
game.
don't
Like they have the same roots. Like
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exact
so
same
the
roots.
Lost show up,
Yeah.
everybody's finding
I mean, this is just a digital version of like
It's a DBG, a digital board game,
Yeah.
basically.
pretty much.
I mean, I think sometimes those kind of games are like even more fun. Like I was thinking about making a board game, but I was like, would this work better as a game or a
yeah.
board game? Why can't they be both?
Yeah.
You know? But it kind of defeats the purpose of a board game where you sit down not looking at a screen
Oh yeah.
and like you're with your family. But
Well, then you get things like Space
this is
Alert.
the digital age, so why not?
Yeah, for sure. You still get things like you know Vladish Battle being like, no, now we're gonna use CDs actually.
CDs. I was talking earlier about CDs. I'm like, they still make those?
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time you bought a DVD?
Yeah. Nope. The silence answers that question pretty well. I have no idea.
They still make like physical copies of computer games. Like oh yeah, they have the old like school like World of Warcraft Battle Chest with the first 3 expansions. Like okay, and then it's like, oh, I see a hard copy of Overwatch. Why
yeah.
is there a hard copy of Overwatch?
Yeah.
Who prints this?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still big on like playing on consoles. But
Yeah, for sure. Like consoles will always be like.
yeah.
I'm glad that they haven't done away with the disc because like those downloads are
They're massive.
Like-
I've got a friend whose PS4 won't actually take discs anymore, and he just like he has to download every game he plays. So he has like 3 games that he'll play at a time. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
no way
There's-
like
there's so
PS4 can't be
huge.
that big.
Yeah, no. Like there's a
woman named Sonya Reed, but you may know her a little better as OMG It's Firefox. How's it going, Sonya?
What's going on here?
Hi. Thank you, Sean, and hello, you beautiful gamers. And whether
Hi.
you are checking us out online or you're hanging out with us here today, I am super excited to be here and show you guys some awesome games. And you know what? I'm not going to wait. We're just going to get right into it. I want to show you a game called Ooblets. It is going to be coming out
Ooblets!
next
Yes.
year.
Oh,
And
man.
it is from an impressive studio.
My girlfriend
only 2
and I
people
honestly are
called
super
Glumberland.
excited about this game.
So it's
We
kind of a
followed
mashup
the
between
dev on
Harvest
Twitter.
Moon meets Pokemon
Oh
meets
man,
Adventure
it's
Time.
sick. I'm
but
so
even
glad
cuter, if you can imagine
Rebecca's
that.
getting
so
E3
I'm going to show
coverage.
you how
Like,
to
I
grow
know she
and
was gonna be on the
customize your
floor.
Ooblets in this exclusive
But I didn't know
trailer.
she was going to be like a shout out. Oh man, it's Double Fine.
Nice.
Tim Schafer and Rebecca made a game.
Amazing. I mean, I'm here for everything Double Fine, so
Right.
that's a lie.
Oh my god, I want this game.
It's so cute.
I need this game in my life. What, you battle?
Wait, what?
What? You level up battle? And you chest them up?
Or is it just that you dress you up?
I've always liked it when I go into a barbershop and I get more hair.
Oh yeah.
That's just, you know, the miracle of science.
Oh
really.
yeah.
This
You You mean
was.
that doesn't happen for you?
What? tell me where your barber is. I will go right there, right now.
It seems very Animal Crossing.
Yeah, which is like meets Pokemon, which is. But I love the art style.
Yeah, for sure. It's really cute.
I was never a huge fan of Animal Crossing. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Get
yeah.
into this.
You can't dance in Animal Crossing. What is this game?
Yes.
I need it.
I love that this really isn't telling us anything about the game, but it's just like
Look at all the.
it's like Pikmin, but Animal Crossing.
It meets Pokemon meets Digimon.
Yeah.
That trailer.
Oh, what? That trailer.
That trailer, what?
I need to know, Sean. No, that I'm excited for this. That's really cool.
Yeah. Even it didn't tell us like anything. That
I
was still super
didn't need
cute.
to.
Yeah.
It told me all I needed is that like my little Pokemon guys just follow me.
Yeah.
Cause like Pokemon Yellow did that, and I think the older ones like one did, but now all of them do. So I got my squad rolling up.
Oh yeah.
I think they showed that.
Blitz trailer makes me so happy.
Right?
The previous one you just got the chance to see is the old school tabletop game BattleTech distilled into its purest form on PC. And here to talk about it from
I never heard of BattleTech, but now I have.
From the era of like Warhammer and stuff.
Alright, yeah, it was a tabletop. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Love when my tabletop knowledge comes in handy for E3.
Right?
Now, there's a lot of games
It's like,
based on BattleTech. Tell us
I know
about
this. No one else does.
BattleTech is a modern, turn-based tactical game set within the MechWarrior universe. And there's
Oh,
three modes of
okay.
play. A single-player skirmish, a multiplayer skirmish, and then our open-ended mercenary campaign.
Well, I want to hop
I love
straight into some
when
of that
video games are
single-player
clearly we liked this
content
board
by
game but
taking
couldn't
a
play it
journey
alone.
to Argo. I
No one in my
understand that,
immediate
you know, there's
area
all
has
sorts of
this.
combat
That's the
movies
problem
that
with
we
like
see at the
Warhammer.
moment, but
It's
the
like I'd get
Argo
into
is in
Warhammer
between missions.
if
Walk us
anybody I
through
knew
it.
played
the Argo
Warhammer.
is,
I don't know where the nearest
broken
games
down a
workshop
hulk
is.
of a
Like
space
And we live
station.
not exactly somewhere where there are game shops.
everywhere, right? Like a very suburban area. It's not like downtown Toronto. Like yeah.
Oakville, Ontario.
Oakville,
going from
Ontario.
star system to star system and taking mercenary jobs.
It's a water break
all
time.
sorts of different people
Water break.
from petty dictators
If you're listening to
all
this,
the way up to the
drink
great,
some water with
lords
us.
and ladies
Cheers.
of noble houses.
It's gonna be a long day.
From there
Remember
you,
to stay hydrated.
can also command your entire mercenary crew. There's Samiri, she's your navigator, and you command her and all of your mech warriors as you take your jobs and upgrade your ship.
You get to go home after this one. I'm
storyline
commenting on the next two.
I have to go to
Sure.
work
So you
after
can
this.
see in a few
sure.
moments, Lady Kamea Arano.
Just slave away in the
She's,
kitchen.
A
Yeah.
deposed ruler.
You should come by
her,
after.
Her
Finwickel's up the
throne
street.
was taken by her uncle, and you are going to
If Julia
jump
isn't
in
dead
and
tired after
help
Sony.
her regain her throne.
Come over for a
It's
pint.
been
It's good
plunged-
stuff.
The whole space has been plunged.
So
full
I
of
like
bloody
this is actually development
These, of
build.
course, are the
Yeah.
So this is in game.
of,
This is not.
negotiation
I hate
and
when
diplomacy.
I hate when they say like in engine footage
and
because
here
it's
in
like
the mech bay, which is
that's
one
the
of the-
engine.
one of the
Doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's gonna output
We're able
that.
to customize,
Like it
the mechs. Add
theoretically
could, yeah.
needs, but like it's kind of like
weapons,
if
armor,
it fucks
heat
up, it's not our
sinks, all
fault,
that kind of stuff.
you know.
in
So
here is-
I'm glad
is,
this is
your
like
master
they show that
ceremony.
this is like what the game
He's,
actually
going
looks
to
like.
keep
It's when it's gonna be
because
shipped at. It's
fixing these
like
mechs after combat
obviously
will
things
come
are
back.
subject to
It'll
change.
work. You're
If
supposed to
it
make
does- if it
money,
doesn't come out, like,
taking
tomorrow.
damage,
Yeah.
sets you
But
behind, and so
I'm
that's
glad
what
that this
Bell
is
balancing act.
I can imagine that trying to
I'm
get
glad
all
this
the
is
parts you
actually
need for
what
your
it's
ship
supposed to
could be a
look
little
like.
Yeah, they're
difficult.
like they're not
Things like that,
trying
especially in
to
this time of
hide.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're trying to pull wool, like a wool over eyes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is totally it.
Mhm.
What was before they started doing in-engine footage? There was another like in-game
Yeah, you want
thing
to
they did. I forget what it was called.
I know
There's Lady, Kamea
Xbox
Arano
did a
there,
whole
and
bunch of like
she's going to be
recorded
the
from
person you work
in-game
for
footage or
in
Yeah,
something
or
like
something
that.
like
It's like,
yeah.
okay,
Then
but-
on PC, you mean like that was the big scandal last year. Was like
Oh, yeah.
they're playing Battlefield. I think it was Battlefield 4, and they're like, yeah, this is totally us. But like in the Xbox boost, there's like it was like running Windows and PC.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
oh, so that's the PC version. Like no wonder it's like 4K resolution.
Yeah.
And like a modern tactical game,
That was the big thing with these streams. I was like, how am I gonna work the stream this year? Because like it's all actually 4K this year.
It's actually I'm not being lied to. It's actually 4K.
Yeah. Which looked fantastic on my computer last night.
Right.
Like tweeting everything when we didn't have access to the studio just for Microsoft and stuff, and like it looked fantastic. 'Cause,
Right.
like, MacBook Pro, so it's meant to do that. So
Right.
it's like,
See that's
they
the
weren't lying.
See, I have a PC, so it all depends on my monitor.
Oh, yeah.
So I need like a new graphics card. I only have a 770, so I can't actually get
and then keep your
4K,
facing
but
to
I'm
try and
not
penetrate
really
against
particular
the
to
shield.
4K.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I
fair.
see this diagram at the top.
Maybe this
reminiscent
conference
of
will
the
change your
original
mind.
tabletop
Oh, well, I
game
mean,
I
if
actually
everything
played
comes
as a
out in
kid.
4K, I'm gonna have to.
True,
Like,
yeah.
all right, time to upgrade.
Yeah.
Time to take a second mortgage on the house.
I mean, I have a feeling this one
same
won't.
sort of idea where
Yeah.
damage in the arm disables that weapon.
It doesn't really
Absolutely.
need it.
Going.
And you keep going on, you
Yeah.
blow that arm off, and
Like
then
I
use
don't need to
those weapons.
play Battletech
And
in
the back
4K,
is really
but
juicy and
it's appreciated.
tasty, too.
Yeah.
You get
The
around
option's
the back
nice.
of the battle mech and penetrate.
And oh, nice.
I said that out.
Classic joke.
Oh yeah.
We'll allow it. We'll
Yeah,
allow
there
it.
you go. What you just saw there is Melee. One of
I
the,
mean,
one of the things where it's really
they can
exciting
tell me
about.
to keep it
Mech's
clean and
novel
share it
weapon
all I want,
systems,
but,
giant,
got no
armored
control over
suits
the
and going up
hosts.
and being able to slug and kick and
Pretty
and
much.
just even put a foot through a cockpit or death from above, jump up and slam
There's
down
only
on
so
mechs.
much I can
All that
watch
stuff is
of a
supported in this
turn-based
game.
game.
Right, you're like, I get it. There's robots, and we take turns shooting the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
So,
And so you really
I mean,
wanna
like,
watch
I was more
every,
actually
how
interested in
much,
the
like this
your
guy here is
your
on the
deployment
weapons
screen. I
do,
missed what they
because
called
if you
it,
shut down
because
in
that's where it
combat,
looked
you
like
are, quite vulnerable.
like all
Most
the
of your
actual
strategy.
planning,
Really
yeah, the
fast
actual
way to
strategy and
watch
planning
on
was in,
stream,
and it's just
'cause I
like,
know you guys
did it work?
just went in
Yeah.
beta.
So that's
Where
what
can
like,
people here
and
go
I'm way
sign
too
up to play?
impatient for
Why,
strategy
Sean
games.
makes
Oh,
you
yeah.
go
I
to
can.
battletechgame.com.
Oh,
That's
it's a
battletechgame.com.
Kickstarter
Oh.
game.
Come
Yeah.
find us on
I
battletechgame.com.
And if you're
Unless
interested in a
they might be
used
doing
mech,
their
this is the
own,
guy to talk
That's
to.
right.
because there's no Kickstarter like
Now I'd like to
URL.
state
No.
again,
So they might be doing their own like
battletech.com.
they
Thank
say
you
that
guys
backer.
so
So it
much
might be
for
just
coming
like
out.
fund our
Thank you.
game,
It's been a
not through
pleasure.
Kickstarter,
Thank
which
you.
might be
Cheers.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little impartial to Kickstarter games now because
our
like
very next
Mighty
game
Number
you may
9
recognize
wasn't
from
that great.
PC Games.
But
Sure.
Star Citizen
Talk
looks
about
really
it. We
good.
got Sonya
There's
in
always
the-
like one game that's really good, one game that's not.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see
Oh,
what
no,
we're talking
Sonya.
about now.
And they
There
have
you
been
go.
working on an awesome open-ended action medieval RPG game, so I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get right into it. We're going to check out the trailer for Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord.
Oh, Mountain Blade. This was like when I first got into PC gaming, like 2002. Now, like way back then, a lot of people kept talking about Mountain Blade. It was like I picked it up too. It wasn't really for me. Like it was a very difficult strategy game for me to get into. Like not being one of fond of strategy games, but
For
like,
sure.
it's a long-standing franchise. And this looks great.
There we go.
I was hoping they were talking about Kingdom.
Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, oh, is it that? But no,
Yeah.
I can still appreciate the Mountain Blade though.
That's fair. You mentioned 2002, and I'm like, sometimes I forget that there's an age gap. I'm like,
A little bit of an
wait.
age gap. I was like 9 or 10.
I was 6 years old.
I was 9 or 10. So I wasn't like, it was my dad. Like,
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of funny. Like, I get like all my like nerd culture and stuff like that from my mom, but my
yeah.
dad actually got me into gaming
Oh,
because he
yeah.
played like Descent on his like Windows like Vista or whatever. It was an old machine.
For sure.
But like, yeah, I remember like a lot of people talking about like Mountain Blade and like some of the older games. I don't know if Mountain Blade's quite that old, but it's like one of the first
Yeah,
games
it
like that I remember.
For sure.
It was probably like more like 2005 or 6, but definitely like, there's that guy Vault Dweller.
Yeah. Yep, looked like.
It looked like he was a Vault Dweller.
Blame the modders already.
Do you want to kill every Fallout 4 character ever?
I mean, that's the point of Fallout 4. But
Basically, it's kill everything.
Bannerlord.
Bannerlord.
Nice. Yeah, no, PC gaming was definitely a thing for my dad. So like,
Yeah. Because like we always had a PC. We never had like the most console. Like I had an N64 well into like PlayStation 1 and 2, and then I got PlayStation 2 and 3, and then like now I don't have. Like, I have a PC now, so it's like I don't have. I'm getting a PS4 soon.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, I mean, I know we've talked about this before, but like we did a count one time before I moved out, and it was like over 40 game systems. Like, grew up around enough stuff. There were not
Really?
counting doubles, counting doubles,
Oh,
because there
wow.
were 13 Commodore Amigas in that house when I moved out. So
Jesus.
yeah,
Third-
it was a little bit
like
much.
a collection, or is it like hoarding? Is it
Those ones must have been. Those ones, I think it was just like people gave them to my stepdad, and he just kept all of them. But you know, yeah, I grew up around video games. Then he kept some of those because like he wanted. My mom has like games that she loved from when she was a kid because the 80s. So you know they kept their nostalgia games and stuff. And from there, that's where a lot of the gaming came from. Was like for PC gaming was them. My mom being like, I want to play this thing again, and my stepdad being like, all right, well let's figure out like how to get that going, I guess.
Yeah, it's actually like my girlfriend said the same thing. Like when she had like a Commodore 64 when everyone had like PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah.
Like her mom, like she only like came to this realization like earlier this year was like her mom actually got into gaming, but it was like all like old school Contra gaming way back when.
I remember like we have this tradition every time the ColecoVision came out of the box that we would play, like the Smurfs game. That was the first thing that would be played on the ColecoVision every time it came out. The Intellivision, you'd play the Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Or it was just called boxing, but like that's what it was. That's what they were based off of. So like you would do all that and like the retro gaming, and then also every time a new system came out, we got that. As long as it wasn't Microsoft, that was the one. Like
nice.
But it's interesting to see like all that stuff. The sequels coming out now.
Right, like I remember that game for X System like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That was a thing. I remember like my mom was telling me that my mom gets motion sickness, so she can't really play a lot of video games.
Right. Yeah.
So every time like I make a game I want to show it to her, I have to be very careful about what I do show it. I can't move too fast. Like even like Rock Band was too much for her.
Wow.
Because like it gets bad. But like she was super into pinball, like she was like yeah, like her and her friend were gonna go to like a bar. I think it was the House of Targ in Ottawa because we're from Ottawa, and she's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna play some pinball. I was like, pinball, like you like pinball? She's like, oh I love pinball. I had no idea. Like I've known her for like 24 years, never knew she liked pinball. And she was like, yeah, oh yeah, like I'm all like, yeah, have a beer. Maybe not a beer. She can't drink beer. But she said like a glass of wine or something. She's gonna consume alcohol and play pinball. And I was like, all right,
yeah,
your world, Mom.
I found out recently my mom's the same way, but with text-based adventure games.
Oh, like Oregon Trail.
Yeah, like pre-Oregon Trail.
Pre-Oregon Trail.
Like,
it's like the cave.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I think is it called Adventure Cave?
Any of those. Like,
damn.
Some of them like when they already had like graphics to go along with them and stuff too, but like that era of like they were definitely you loaded them from floppy disks and like that was her thing, and so like now she'll like now that we're old enough to read, she's like here,
play this.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see like learning from that from our parents and then going on to like you in game design, me in film, and just being like, oh, well, dang.
well, shit.
Yeah.
Like, and now, like, isn't it crazy that there's a whole generation of kids who think the floppy disk means the save button, and like that wasn't like a form of memory storage. I was like, yeah, no, that was actual like device. That was like, what? Like, what's a floppy disk? Like,
fun fact: there are things in this school that still run on floppy disks.
Really?
Yes.
Like what?
Not in this TV studio, but in the other TV studio, there's a light board that still runs on floppy disks. The switcher also used to run on floppy disks. So the thing that I have in front of me, like all these computers and stuff, the version in the other TV studio used to run on floppy disks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd never even
until 2 years ago.
Until 2 years ago. Maybe it's
hey man, it worked.
I mean, yeah, if it don't broke, why fix it? But there's also a point where like maybe it's time to upgrade. It's not broken, but it's out of date. You don't need to have the bleeding edge of technology, but floppy disks in 2015. Okay, time for a little bit of an upgrade.
So all the races are in tension right until the end. But we're also shortly after launch.
Which one are we on now?
Releasing a free update for the game.
This is the Warhammer 2.
Right. Yes.
So I was never a big fan of Warhammer games, but I know a lot of my friends are, and they're gorgeous, they're beautifully made games.
Yeah.
I'm always super impressed because like it's just not the kind of strategy I'm into because I'm super impatient. Like I will take all my units, I would charge at you you, and if it works, it works. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. But like they're so into like, okay, I got to flank. I'm gonna have my cavaliers come from the fore.
No time.
No time. No. I'm gonna run straight at you and then hope for the best. That's my philosophy.
No, well, the thing with Warhammer 2 is it comes from like a huge background of lore and like
yeah,
there's so much art and people like paint figurines for it all the time. And, like you can't mess that up.
Yeah, it's a whole culture of like point like base like armies like it's very interesting, but like I think I'm more of a fan of the tabletop version than the what's this premiere?
Hey guys, how's it going? Krang here.
Kripparrian.
Hey, I want to talk to you guys about Shadowverse. Shadowverse is one of the best card games out there because it basically just does everything right. Every time I log into
Kripparrian is a
I have
popular
an
Hearthstone
amazing
streamer.
experience. I can play
He
ranked
also
every
he played a lot of World
type
of Warcraft, and he plays
deck,
for a
cards,
team solo mid.
anything I wanna
I don't know
do.
if he actually
Of
plays in
course,
tournaments
every
anymore.
time there's
He
new
mainly
cards
just
added to
streams.
the game,
Right.
this
But
whole
I think
thing gets
Shadowverse is a
forwarded,
game that he
and really the
worked
game
on.
gets
Oh,
so
nice.
much richer.
I know a lot
And
of
with that,
streamers are
ladies
starting
and
to do that.
gentlemen, I give you the
I mean, if your
worldwide
whole
debut
life
of
is
the
like
Wonderland Dreams trailer.
playing games, you've essentially been a playtester that entire
Yeah,
time.
right. And like a lot of developers pay attention to streamers, especially when they give feedback and stuff. And then like streamers are like yeah, you know, like I know Sacriel, he's working on like his own like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds game. So I think he worked on it. I may be wrong though.
And wishes give
Okay.
birth to legends.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
That's less adorable, but that.
I still like the art though.
Yeah. I'm getting a big Final Fantasy Tactics vibe.
Yeah.
From it.
Within this book, all ambitions
And like
bloom.
Knights in the Nightmare almost. If you remember that game at all.
I don't.
From like
Dark abyss awaits
12
us
years
all.
ago. It's real
Knights
old.
of the Nightmare.
For blood-pricked
Sounds
roses,
cool.
wishes
I'll
It's
definitely.
it was like one of the first DS games. Like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
never a big handheld. Okay, but I should take a look because
For in this
It's a really
land,
similar art style to this.
courage
Oh.
is key.
Looks interesting.
With bated breath, the door sweeps open.
There's something about like all mobile and card games have the same like look to their trailers.
Yeah, the same feel and look because it's like you don't want to like sell super realistic CGI graphics
On like
because
animation. Cause,
yeah, it's not what it's going to be. It's going to be the classic Final Fantasy 2 character portraits go on the screen, text, and then they leave.
Yeah.
Maybe like an idle animation or something.
Thank you, Cygames, and thank you, Crip. As you know, technology is an extremely important component to games, especially with
So this is probably gonna be the
ever-increasing power of
So that's the thing. Like they showed a little bit of
advanced
gameplay
coming
about the card
from
game, but
VR.
like
Here to talk
every
a little
card
bit
game
about
since
Tech
like
Games is the leader
or
of the
every
software
computer card
development
game
group at
since
Intel.
Hearthstone came out
It's
have
Doug
taken a very
Fisher.
similar
Doug,
path.
Yeah.
Like I like I said I picked up Elder Scrolls Legends last night. It's fun. Very similar to Hearthstone. Shadowverse looks very similar to Hearthstone.
Right, yeah.
The only card game that's not like that is Magic Online, which is Magic the
it's
Gathering.
Magic, yeah.
Yeah, it's Magic the Gathering.
Well, and there's that's the other thing too, right? Is like there's that whole other era of card games that stemmed out of Magic the Gathering.
Exactly.
Like they all look the same to a degree, and they all play the same to a degree.
Yeah.
And like now because it's half automated, you've got that to
Exactly.
just change the mechanics. They're all card games.
Exactly. So I wonder what Shadowverse brings different to the table because it looks interesting, but is there going to be like units have an attack and defense value. They don't regenerate at the end of this.
Yeah.
You go for face. You have mana one. Like it's. I find it's like because Hearthstone gives you 1 mana per turn. I think a lot of to me the game that does it, and I'm pretty quick to chop it up. Like, oh, it's just like Hearthstone, which I probably shouldn't do because it's probably It's probably just worse for me to be like, oh, it's just like Hearthstone.
Yeah.
So
as a game designer.
As a game designer, that'd be something called bad practice. I should get every fair game. And if you want to be a good designer, you play at least an hour of every game.
Yeah.
I know, like, not every game, but like a lot of any game that you can hands on, play an hour of it,
Yeah.
and then you'll know. Because like usually within an hour of playing a game, you should get a good grasp of the game. Like some games do get better, some like stay the same.
For sure.
But definitely, like,
Now,
play an hour
gaming
every game. So I'm probably going to pick up
enthusiasts
Shadowverse,
will
play
love
it for a
the
while,
7X
and check and see if I like it. I might, but like I also just picked up Elder Scrolls, so I'm just going to give that more of a chance. And it's free. Elder
Again,
Scrolls,
college student.
college student. If Shadowverse is free,
Yeah.
for sure I'll pick it up. But Elder Scrolls Legends is free right now, so I'll probably be playing that a little more.
So I think we're seeing right here that graphics are just the big focus of E3 this year.
Graphics, all about graphics.
Yeah.
I need 900 frames per second, Ultra 4K Real D3D,
Oh, yeah.
IMAX. Vision.
Every gamer gets their own playroom.
Right. I need my 4 monitors,
Yeah.
2 side panels, and 1, 2, and then I need my surround. Like, it's. I see some streamer setups, man. I'm like, no wonder the rest of your house is empty.
Yeah.
Because it's all like $4,000. It's just put in front of your face.
Yeah, no, the cost of a house is in one room.
Yeah, basically. It's like, yeah, this is a $5,000 PC build. Each of these monitors are 4K, like $1,000. It's like,
A
jeez.
tax deductible room, but still.
Still true.
Cost of a house.
But if you're gonna be a streamer, and that's like, you need like the best of the best setup,
No,
right?
for sure.
Mhm.
I don't know what else he's gonna mention. He's okay.
Oh.
Compelling
and this is just an
content.
example of some of the titles we work with. I'm sure you recognize a lot of these titles.
I mean,
These are
I
just
would
a
if
few
they were
examples, whether it's
A
Halo
little.
Wars 2,
Well, now I do.
Overwatch,
Yeah.
or in the VR space,
Unspoken.
or it's Arizona Sunshine, or the
Titanfall 2
Unspoken.
should have gotten more
We're working with all these
Titan.
content
attention
providers
than
to
it
ensure
did.
they take full
It
advantage
should have.
of all
Honestly,
these
a lot of people are
capabilities.
still playing it today and be like,
How
"Oh,
many
you
people
play
have heard of
Titanfall 2?" I was like,
Destiny?
"No." Like, should I? Like, yes.
Yeah, it's
you
so
should.
good.
I heard this. The campaign's amazing. I'm
couldn't
waiting
be
to pick it
more
up
excited
because
to
a lot of my
tell
friends
you
still
that we
play
work
it
with Bungie and
online,
Activision
and
to
you know,
bring
if it's a pretty
Destiny
good
to the
story
PC.
campaign, I
That-
should definitely
yes,
check it out.
yes, we're bringing it to the PC. Yes,
It's
bring
just
it
the
up.
whole money thing, right?
It's the whole it's
Games
it's
are expensive.
$80 a title. It's like, yeah, I only get paid X amount, so I gotta save a bunch and it's rent, and then, oh yeah, I really have $80 to blow on a game every month.
Yeah.
So that's why you wait for Steam sales, and you,
Yeah.
you pray to the Steam gods, being like, please let this game go on
Oh yeah, I
sale.
got Shadow of Mordor for like $13. And
Right?
Yeah, like you just wait.
I find like a lot of games I buy nowadays are like that. Like, it's like, oh, I really enjoyed it because I paid like $30 for it.
Yeah.
If I paid $80, I think I would have been pretty pissed.
Well, yeah, you put value in
Mhm.
how much you spend on something. And,
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of games that like they're fun.
Mhm.
but-
Like Mad Max.
Yeah.
Love that game. Really cool. I'm a big fan of the Mad Max series.
Yeah.
So when I bought Mad Max, and I'm just driving around, like running into like the bandits and not bandits, but whatever the enemies are called. The different factions, the roadkill. That's like the main. So running to the roadkill and just like looting stuff and building a car and just having that feeling, it was great because I only paid $30 for it.
Yeah.
A lot of people paid $80 for like, it's good, but I wish there was more. But I got exactly what I wanted out of it for $50 less.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love this game.
Yeah.
Even like indie games nowadays, I'm finding like, I'm not a big indie gamer. I love the scene. I really expect a lot of indie.
It's just hard to follow a lot.
Right, because there's like there's a couple every month, because like this small studio, this small studio, this small studio, and like I'm glad their price points are like $5, $10, $15. Like I bought Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah.
It's the only game made by Dodge Roll. Well, there's one more. I forget what it's called. It's a Greek game. It looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
I bought it for $15, and I have like 90 hours in it because I love that game.
Yeah.
And some of the AAA games like Tomb Raider, I have 16 hours in it.
Tomb Raider I have about 40 hours in, but that doesn't mean I'm very far.
It doesn't. It just like I just went away for the weekend and I left it on, and that's not indicative of how much time I put into it.
No, it's just they have dumb like save or like spawn points in some spots where you're like, cool, now I'm in the middle of fire.
Right. And like, oh, I died. Okay. Oh, I died again.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. No, I definitely have some indie games though where I put in like I put almost 50 hours into Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Love that game. I love Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's such
just so
just
cute.
a
It's so
wholesome
good.
game. Like
Yeah.
like yeah. And you just like bob your head.
Well, and like as a former drummer too, it's just
Right.
It's
That's the
decently
beat.
easy but still frustratingly hard. I'm like, I'm okay with this.
Slave to the beat.
Yeah.
I want to put fell. I'm sad. I'm gonna try to pick it up with my feet. I can do this.
Yeah.
Don't
So
leave.
yeah, right now it just seems like our
Talk about Intel.
Intel, you know.
Nothing says it like
Yeah,
that.
get your water bottle.
Alright, so it's not just about the top 8
Mission.
list titles.
Yeah,
Etc.
right now it's
Also,
just
it's about the
ability
broad set
to
of developers we
have your
participate with.
system play
The
things.
independent
Which,
developers.
Faster.
yeah,
Better.
which
See
you
in
know,
examples of properties that they've
PC could
developed.
already
We
do,
wanna make
so.
sure everybody's developing and creating content on
But
the
like-
PC to create more and more opportunity to
think I'll
participate.
need
Goat
stuff.
punks.
Yes.
We're inspiring
I'm
these
here just for the
developers so
name.
contests.
Just the-
I
the-
don't even care what the game's about.
I want my favorite game is Goat Punks. Why?
Because
Cool
it's
name.
called Goat Punks.
And Razer sponsoring
Do you
this
need
event.
anything else?
We
Need
have
I tell you
real
more?
luminaries judging, like Tim Schafer. Yes, Tim Schafer is going to be judging this contest.
Ooh.
The
Ends there.
winner will be
Tim- yeah,
announced
Tim Schafer, everyone.
West
Woo.
in Seattle in September. I encourage you to participate. It's a
Interesting.
great event. It's a great opportunity for independent developers to get involved and participate. And why do we care? As a
Why do I
software guy,
care?
Why do we care? Because
Why
we
do you
want
care,
more and more
independent
content
developer?
out there. We want
Well,
opportunities for
I
games
care
for
because
others to participate.
I don't know. I think
We want to
indie.
discover the
When I
next
was
big
like
thing
first coming
on
into
the
game
PC.
design,
We
I'm
don't know
like
where it's
mainly a
gonna come
AAA
from.
gamer.
So we
Like I
want
play a lot
lots
of
of people
mainstream games.
participating
I
on
play
our
the odd
platform
indie game because
so the
like,
next
but
big
like
thing
someone
can
else had to
build
like tell me
on top
about
of
it,
it.
and then I like, okay, I'll give it a shot, or I
And
played it
you,
like, oh, this game's really cool, we
everybody
should play
here,
together.
all you
Yeah.
gamers,
But now I'm
you
like
can participate
broke
as
college
well.
student
I'm
mode. I was like,
certain
maybe I should
as
look
you're
at games that
participating in a game,
aren't
you've thought of something
$80 a
new
Yeah.
pop,
that
you
you'd
know.
like to bring.
And then you
To
meet
reality,
a lot
this
of our
is your
professors are
opportunity to be one of
also
those
indie game devs
developers
on the side.
Yeah.
So
as well, or at least
a Mortician's
influence
Tale,
one of those
a Graceful Explosion
Create that
Machine that came out for the
amazing
Switch was made by
experience.
one of our
Gamer,
professor's
content
partners
creator,
and our sound
or
design
even
professor.
Oh, cool.
So he like
Now,
a team of
speaking
3
of
people made that
esports, we
game.
had two
Played it,
exciting
loved it.
announcements today in
I
the
love
esports
that game.
arena.
I don't have a Switch, but
Pun intended.
another student did. He bought it, and we
Yeah.
were teasing
ESL,
Robbie, our sound
first
design prof,
being,
with it.
we
Like,
have a landmark deal
that was the
with
last day. We
ESL.
had
Yeah, I know
like,
who he is. We're
Intel
always
is
jealous that you
now
guys get him and we
global.
don't.
oh, what really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's great
Well, yeah,
news for
no.
I'm in
everybody
sound for sound
in
effects
the
and
gaming
Foley, and we don't
community
get your
because the
props.
latest
don't-
technology we use for
You don't get
events,
Robbie?
No.
studios,
You get it for
back-end
one class though,
operations,
and it's just like
and the streaming
every like the
capabilities
last
for
day,
an
like we were
event
like
will have the
we don't get
latest
Robbie anymore,
technology.
and then like we're like he was leaving,
Now, the
and
thing I
we're like
love about
Robbie, he's like
sports,
bye forever, and he like runs out of the
in
school.
March
Like no, Robbie,
is
come
the
on.
Later,
Grand
nerds.
Slam,
Pretty
Grand
much.
Slam. There's tennis,
But yeah, so-
golf, rugby. They have
Indie
a
games.
Grand Slam.
Anyways, yeah.
And
So
there's no reason we
knowing
can't
a lot of
have
indie
that
game devs and just how important it is and
in-
how much
in
time,
esports.
Yeah.
And
effort,
that's
like
why we're
just like
excited
any
with
game, like
Oculus,
the amount of like
ESL,
effort and
are
the struggle for
sponsoring
funding.
the
So like
Grand
when an indie
Slam
games comes out,
event,
it's a
Intel
small
Grand
miracle
Slam.
Yeah.
because like the
And
funding,
all
it's like
these
oh, okay,
leagues
I got
getting
funding from the
together.
government.
And the
I have
first
X amount of
team
dollars.
with
That means I can
four
work on
of
this
the
game for
10
3 months
events
before, and I have to find
will be
another
the Grand
backer.
Slam winner.
So
Well, even like the
They'll
Sheridan
collect their
students who've been
traditional prize,
bringing
but
stuff
in
out in the last
addition,
couple
they'll
months
get
yeah,
too. have been-
Oddbirds.
another
Yeah.
Right, Oddbirds too. They have their game
$1
Arrowheads.
million
Yeah, I saw them at
bonus for
TCAF
being
talking
Grand
for a bit.
Slam
Yeah,
winner.
so-
Take this controller. Play our game.
Play our
Alright.
game. So like, and they're doing that on top of regularly scheduled classes, and they
Yeah.
have deadlines. Like, so they have like double the deadlines that we do.
About
So
the announcements today
it's quite
around
impressive when an
Echo
indie game,
Arena.
even like
They've taken this property and now
oh, what's
are
the game
making it
called?
VR
Oh, she's gonna kill me if I forget.
multiplayer. Did you guys see that announcement?
Monster Girl
That's
Dating
so
Sim,
great.
Right, yes.
Generations.
Create
That was
multiplayer
a
VR
oh, there's one of our
experience
there's our
and
professors
bringing
now.
it to life.
There's our program
this
coordinator and Andrew, actually
We're
the
so excited
partner
about
of
it,
the girl who
Intel.
made
There's so many
Graceful
people
Explosion Machine.
participating with
But
it.
yeah, so
We are sponsoring a deal
that was just like
in
a quick.
conjunction with
That was a
Oculus
game for an assignment,
make this
and they're like, "Oh, let's put it on itch," and it blew up. They went
free
to
of charge for limited time
what's that
at
conference
launch,
called?
So all of you can play with this game
The
it's
thing
con-
that happened recently?
starting
No,
July
not
20th.
E3.
And you now can
It's
participate, learn, and become an expert
it's like
in
it's not
VR
different
gaming.
games.
Now I know when you become an
It's
expert,
a game
what
that
do you wanna
really
do?
supports like diversity
You
in
wanna
industry
showcase
and like
those
it's
skills.
like
Wouldn't it
the
be
queer
awesome
like
if you had an
LGBTQ community,
opportunity
all
to
them.
showcase those
So they
skills?
got to show their game there.
That's
That's
why
like
we're
sick. I was so
super
happy they went to
excited
LA.
to work together
Like that was
to
really
create
cool. So it's
the
just every
VR
small game
challenge
that gets up there is really
with
important,
Intel, Oculus,
and you should pay
ESL.
attention to
We're
all of
creating
them.
the
You shouldn't
VR
like blow anything
challenge.
off unless it's
a
like
virtual
just made for a
challenge
meme.
Yeah, for sure.
in the
Well, I mean,
VR
now they're right now
arena.
they're talking about their
And
VR
everybody's
Right.
gonna compete,
indie
and
games.
the
So
end of it's
nice
gonna
that
be
they're, you know,
in
companies
At
seem
the
to be
Intel
showing support for
Extreme
these things.
Masters,
I
Right.
don't know how
finals
much
will
they're.
be in
Right now,
2018.
my girlfriend's working on a
Book
VR
your
indie
tickets
game.
now. It's gonna be a
Nice.
It's your
crazy
it's not your it's your typical like
Now, I know everybody likes
RPG
a
adventure
challenge,
game,
everybody's
but still, like, it's just 3 of them.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of work to be
all here
done.
today. Just participate in at Intel
I mean,
Gaming.
I can imagine.
Right.
Follow at
I have
Intel
teams of
Gaming,
hundreds of
and you'll
people
have a
usually.
chance
And we have
by
teams of
participating there to win
3,
one of
Well,
3
yeah.
4.
great prizes, one from
I worked on some of
Oculus,
those.
one from Asus, and one from iBuyPower.
Oh,
You'll
man.
have a chance to win
Wow.
one of these prizes just
Wow.
by participating in this
Reach
challenge.
get to win.
And don't display
Where's my
all
phone?
those
Reaches
before I
for
say
phone.
in the systems. So it's a great opportunity to play, participate, and bring up that challenge.
Yeah, the amount
So
of
the future
prizes
is
and
here
stuff
now.
that
The
they've started
future
bringing
of
to
gaming.
E3 in
You
the
can
last
just
couple of years,
feel
have
it
been.
growing
Which,
and
yeah,
growing.
like, I never really
You see the immersive capabilities.
thought of E3 as somewhere you can
And
make
why
win
is that
prizes.
happening?
Yeah.
'Cause we have
And
an
that makes me want to go
amazing
more.
intelligence.
Yeah.
I like winning
As a
stuff. Who
software
doesn't?
person,
especially VR stuff. Like a VR kit is like
so much money.
$1,500,
Yeah.
and like some of my classmates like, yeah, I got one for Christmas. I'm like, oh, like who'd you rob? Like, what bank did you rob? So I can like also rob. Like, man, it's so. Like, I'd love to get into VR. I played a bit of VR at a buddy's house, and like, I played like 3 or 4 games, but man, it's so expensive. Like you have to have like a full-time job.
Oh yeah, no, the VR scene for film has been like it's
VR film
pretty complicated too. Oh yeah.
Thanks again
It's
to
a big sound
Intel
design thing.
sponsoring this event.
Huh.
Keep
Yeah,
in
that's
mind,
interesting.
if you look at the time,
360
we're not
cameras
even
are
halfway
still
done yet.
Yeah.
bad,
All sorts of
but
games still
yeah,
yet to
it's
be announced. So let's
VR
go
is
ahead and
coming
look
up for everybody,
at
and like
what's to
it's
come.
one of the bigger resurgences of like film and video games coming together.
the only VR I know is of the adult film industry.
Yeah.
VR. That's the only VR film I've heard
Well,
about.
you probably saw like the Resident Evil VR thing that went around Facebook.
Like
it was
the-
also like a 360 video thing. Like you could just.
Was that like the
with your phone.
Resident Evil like Vendetta or whatever?
No, for Final Chapter.
No, I did not.
They
hear
had
about
like a
that.
promotional video come around.
Look at an upcoming game
Yeah, and you
up
could do
in
it on
the
VR
mezzanine
or
with
just with
Sonya. How's it
360
going,
video.
Sonya?
Yeah.
I should check that out.
Thank you, Sean. So, as a Firefox, this is a game that pulls on my heartstrings and does not let go. And I just want to hear more about it. And luckily, I've got the perfect person to talk to today. I am joined by
is
Felix Kramer on the game formerly known as Secret Legend. But you've got some special announcements.
Secret
I saw
Legend.
some secretive tweets from the Dicey Twitter account.
You did.
Do you want to talk
definitely.
about that?
Well, you're exactly right. We were known as Secret Legend, but today we're announcing our new name, Tunic. So you can head to
Tunic.
tunicgame.com to find out more about that. And we're announcing that we're pairing with publisher Finji, who you may know from their incredible work on
But
Night
they're
in
at
the
E3.
Woods and Overland.
Mhm.
So
Just
excited!
saying.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much.
So
This
I
is the
tell
time
you,
to say it.
this
Don't.
is
This
the
is your-
box that sold
this
me
is
on
your
this
release
game.
time.
I love
Yeah.
the beautiful
It's
charming
always
graphics,
like.
and honestly, I just
It's
wanna
kind of
see more
unfortunate.
of it.
When, like,
Can we check out the trailer?
like they
Let's
just
do it.
use E3 to plug their site. Like you should
Mhm.
tell us about this right now, so I don't have to. Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch this conference before I go watch your.
Yeah.
It's right here. It's
Yeah.
glad. All right, it's glad. I'm
It's
glad.
glad.
Oh my God, he's so adorable.
I love this. He's so cute. It's like if Zelda were
Zelda,
cute.
Zelda, Zelda Fox.
Yes.
Hi.
Ah!
This is adorable. Oh wow, that
I
looks
don't even
nice.
care what the story of this game is.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Mhm.
It's very like. It's kind of reminding me of that comic series that came out recently.
What comic series?
Yeah. Mouse Guard.
Mouse Guard.
By recently, I mean a while ago.
32 years ago. Yeah, recently. That reminded me a lot of like Hyper Light Drifter and
Yeah.
the calm environment.
Mhm.
I like that. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
We'll be talking about
Always got on Sean to save the day. Thank you, Sean.
hit, having just surpassed 3 million sales. You may
Damn.
recognize it as one of the 3 most played and broadcasted games on Twitch
PlayerUnknown's
right now.
Battleground. Okay.
It's Player
you
Unknown's
go.
Battlegrounds, and I'm literally next to Player Unknown right now. Brendan Green, welcome. Thank you.
Well, now it's no longer unknown. Now it's gonna be Brendan Green's Battlegrounds.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
They were doing this yesterday too.
Right.
It's just like, is he still Player Unknown?
Is he still unknown? I know him now.
Yeah. We've known him for a while,
The
but
reaction from players and content creators has been tremendous, and I want to say thank you to everyone for that.
AKA Player.
Yeah.
Formerly known as Player Unknown.
formerly unknown player.
Well, I guess the joy of a bullet flying through my head out of nowhere, and I'll never know why.
Yo, shots
Well, I
at the leg.
understand that even though a lot of people
Oops.
treat the game almost as a full release right now, it's still technically not released yet, and there's a whole lot more to
Oh,
come.
right, it's
Talk
still
to
in
us
beta.
about
In beta.
What's in store?
So we
Like,
have,
but-
our
Beta
focus at the
games
moment is
are
to sort of stabilize the
complicated.
game. get the story
They
set
are.
up.
They're really.
Also, we have,
They're really
you know,
hit and
2D,
miss.
3D
Yeah.
Because
effects
like,
planned for in-game
like
replays.
PlayerUnknown's Battleground obviously is like a
New
mega
weapons coming
popular
every month.
game.
Yeah.
Everyone's playing it. So when it does, like, but hopefully it's not
So
like
yeah, no,
DayZ,
but
where
our
it never
current
comes
focus
out,
is really
Yeah.
right?
the game
And like
completely
I've played, I usually
So
get
suddenly
burned by early
fences
access
are no
games.
longer the
Yeah.
most
But
impossible object in the game. You can
Right.
climb over them.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Oh,
So
you
our
can
content
climb now, that's
programmer Marek, he's done a really great job getting this
Okay.
system to be dynamic. So it doesn't matter
That's good.
what object
But like
you're in
early
front of,
access
you can
games
jump
always
over
kind of
them.
like like for a while, Steam, it seemed like every game that came out was early access.
Yeah.
And I bought one game, Everspace, that just recently came out. It was at their 1.0 build.
Right.
And it, like I'm glad because it was a good game, and I bought it kind of in the later stages of early access.
For sure.
So it wasn't too long after I bought it. It did come out. But like, yeah, it just seems like there's a whole kind of like community, not community, like whole kind of culture of like, I'm gonna release this game and just work on it and touch it up, but never actually release it.
Right. Yeah.
And
Keep it in beta forever.
That's kind of annoying because people say like, oh, it's laggy, oh, because it's early access, so it never really has to fix that problem. But like, I just wish a lot more games came out.
More scheduled deadlines.
Yeah, like, because that's something like as a developer you have to respect is a lot of deadlines, and like it's easier if you're producing the game yourself. And like, I don't have anybody telling me to finish this, but like if you're like, if you're Mass Effect and like release this now, you're like, let's not release it. You're like, okay.
Yeah. It's fine. No one talked about it. We're fine.
Throwing a little shade around. Sorry.
Oh no, we on our predictions podcast there was a bit of shade at Mass Effect already.
Which is it's unfortunate because like now the Mass Effect series is on ice permanently.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think there's no one fault. It was just a bunch of things went wrong, and that happens. And unfortunately, it was bad enough that producers were like, all right. It was EA too, so like we're cutting it. Like it's going to come out again eventually.
Oh, it will for sure. But they got to give it some time. They got to let some stuff like this come out.
Time heals all wounds.
Oh yeah. Another interesting thing with this is they mentioned that like they're showing the weather for it.
Yeah, like
weather's been a big thing this year.
Yeah,
it's like look, we can do weather systems.
Weather, it can rain. It can also not rain. Yeah, because like especially like a game like Players Unknown, you are playing on the same map over and over.
Yeah.
You know, there's not like, oh, today we're gonna play in this area, like this different island.
Yeah.
So like it's surprising about how much weather changes the game, and like even like how far you can see, because like
well yeah, like the fog. That's
exactly.
I mean, fog is famous for a reason.
Right. Well, draw distance for one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Silent Hill.
Yeah. I mean, still the best horror game of all time.
And what a clever way. I've always admired that. Like, what a clever way. Like, oh, we can only draw like 15 feet in front of us. Like, well, let's just put fog 14 feet in front of us, and then there you go.
Yeah. Perfect. We're good.
Perfect. And like, yeah. So the way the weather changes the environment and how you handle it, because like, they hear the rain and you hear the thunder and then the fog and everything's like slippery and like it's just it does feel like a different map every time it rains. You can go to the same spot like 4 or 5 different like weather conditions. And it feels pretty different.
Sure. Well, I know like when Forza was talking yesterday, they definitely like they were covering that stuff too, where they were like,
oh, are you gonna buy that Porsche when it comes out? Because that was great. It's like, oh, a $600 and a Porsche I can't afford. Sick.
Yeah.
Just throw money at my face.
Mean, Porsche?
Oh, that Porsche. Oh, that made me mad. It's like I'm not really paying attention. It's like, oh, the new Porsche. I was like, what? Like, Ellen DeGeneres' wife, Porsche's here? Oh, that's cool. Like, good for her.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the car. You mean Porsche.
Yeah. I was here for the gays, but, yeah.
You know, now I'm here for the car, apparently.
As we get ourselves set up for the next game.
The nut? We know what you're thinking about.
Thank you, Sean. Sean is pretty cool, right?
Agreed.
You know what's a little bit cooler? A free PC. We're going to be giving away a
Fair
badass PC from our friends at Intel.
I don't know, I'm a sellout. Is that monitor built? No, okay. I thought there was a monitor built into the side, like the machine over here.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just like the clear. I had the same thing. Yeah, it's just the clear panel. But it looks like a monitor, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it does.
Head over to PCGamingShow.com.
Oh, yeah, like we have a small PC running everything from the side. And it has a monitor on the side of it.
Which is cool.
That's why Dylan was confused.
I am confused. I'm sorry.
Jesus, thanks, audience.
If we had a camera pointing at things.
I didn't realize you could pinpoint the exact time and date a career died. But
yes.
all sorts of great stuff in store for you. Our next guest you may recognize from PC Gaming Show's past.
Someone calling out the audience for the first time this year.
PC audience is always great because like Twitch chat is like some of the scum of the earth, but they're my favorite scum.
Yeah. I mean, like free PC, nothing.
Nothing. Just Day 9.
Woo! 2 weeks ago, and the fan reaction has been really positive. Really happy about that. And we want to thank everyone who was part of the beta phases that helped shape the game in a real positive way.
Is this?
Be sure to
this
check out
isn't
the Trello boards.
Call of Duty, isn't it?
No.
Is this? Oh, this is probably a new title.
Working on some new content. So so stay tuned.
Yes, shoot down the helicopter with your M60 or M24. It will work.
I mean,
that
it
worked.
did.
That wasn't that worked. Love doing that in Battlefield, shooting down helicopters. Oh, it's called Tripwire. Okay.
How's that been going? Oh, that's been going awesome. You know,
some games just have names that are too much like a developer. But I'm like, is this the game?
Is this the game? Like, Enter the Gungeon. The company's called Dodge Roll, and in the game you can dodge roll. So when I first I was like, "Is this Dodge Roll the game?" Like, what,
right? Yeah.
What is that? It's terrifying.
Oh yeah, this is VR too. No, thank you.
No. No.
There's some stuff I'm just never touching.
Yeah, like Killing Floor title.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that little hand flip.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So you know when we released
that, like it's interesting because like you want in a VR game you want the controllers to feel like hands. So your hands are obviously very dexterous. So you want to be in order not to break immersion. Like it's always I can't remember the game, but like when you go to pick up a gun, it shows you the 2 spots you can pick it up from, and you're like, well, there's like 100 spots I can pick it up from. But now I have to do like this.
Right, yeah.
It kind of breaks the immersion a little bit. So it's cool that you can kind of like do that flip thing.
I think the solution to that is bring back the Nintendo Power Glove.
Right? That's all you need. I was thinking about like you could technically but it's pretty. You need like 5 Oculus Rifts, like, and you got the sensors on each finger. But you know.
No, yeah. I mean, it's getting there, but VR has a ways to go, and VR needs games.
VR does need games first.
Support it.
Exactly.
So I'm excited for Sony later in the day when they talk more about that stuff.
All the VR stuff.
Yeah.
I was asked an interesting question on another radio show I was on during this school year. That was, is VR a hobby? Like, do I think VR is a hobby, or is it like, will it become mainstream? And I still stand by. I think it's going to be a hobby because it's just too expensive to get into. Once they release, like, I know Sony has like their cheaper one. It's like what?
It's still like $400 though.
Still a lot.
It's still
on
the
top
cost
of
a system.
Right. So like a PS4 right now is like $330. Still a lot of money, but like not as much as the Xbox One X, whatever.
Xbone.
That one, yeah. So yeah, like. I think it's still going to be a hobby for another couple of years until there's more affordable VR systems, because I don't have $1,500 to shell out to get an HTC Vive, but there's a ton of games for it, which is good. That means it's alive. The community is alive and it's there, and it's cool to develop. Like all you need is one to develop.
Yeah.
Like one friend who has like rich parents.
For sure.
Just find one of those, hold on to them tightly, and like, can I use your VR?
Yeah.
I'm making a game. I need to test it. It's like you ask me every day.
Yeah. This Killing Floor stuff is looking a lot more like TF2, but just
scary.
Horror. Yeah.
Horror TF2. Yeah, Killing Floor has always been an interesting title. I never really. It's kind of cool where like you kill everything on the floor, and then like a shop opens up. You have to like run and find it.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of cool. It makes the game a lot harder because if you don't make it to the shop, you're done for. It's not like we're in Call of Duty. Like you have the mystery box and all the weapons are on the wall.
Yeah.
This is like you have to run and find it.
Yeah.
So it's like I think there's like an arrow pointing into it, but the maps are pretty big. So that's what I like.
Yeah.
So the VR one being inside a house is the first time it's really restricted, but it did look like you can go outside.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I wonder how you're gonna move around in that though. Is it the same like teleport? Because that's gonna be really difficult. Like if you teleport and you have to turn around, there's always gonna be a zombie like right behind you.
And like again, we were talking about this earlier. VR and teleportation is just not a great combo.
It's not. It's like
you need a swivel chair for that stuff at that point.
It's just like always like looking around, spinning around. You're gonna get motion sickness and vomit.
So quickly.
Yeah. So that's the only really 2 ways you can move around. Like I always thought there was like a joystick on the controller you can just use, but like I'm looking this way and I'm pointing forward and I'm going like not that way. It can be really disorienting really fast. I did see it. I think it's still experimental tech, but it's this like harness you wear, and it's like you're in this like octagonal shaped like the platform, and like there's these. It's like almost like it looks like exercise equipment.
Yeah.
And like you wear these shoes that you can slip. And you're just like running up these slopes, and it detects which way you're like facing, and you have like a VR and like the VR weapon.
Like actually immersive as much as it can be.
Exactly, and they're like. I was like, if you play like one match of Battlefield or Call, then actually like 30, because you'd be like, you'll be tired.
Yeah.
You'd be swimming like, I gotta stop, take a break.
Yeah.
It's Paolo.
I'm all right with that though. Like, to be honest, that's a cool way for gaming to go.
Yeah,
Like,
that's like full immersion right
Yeah.
there, and that's what I want to try it at least
yeah,
once before
for
I
sure.
die.
That's definitely like that is full hobby version of that. 'Cause, like, I think we could move out of the hobby thing, especially with like Sony needs VR to be pushed. Like, Sony needs to come out with games and like be like, hey guys, it's a legitimate thing. Come do this.
It
And
is
that'll probably
legit.
bring it more out of the indie.
Yeah,
phase
because you
for
need
a lot of it.
because it is the cheapest VR.
Yeah.
And it's at the $400 price tag.
Yeah.
And then so if they do push it more and more and more, and not just kind of like in the campy way where it's just like, oh, it's this game with VR. Yeah. So
Rhombus Bruin.
like, I didn't need an Uncharted VR,
No,
but
yeah.
now I have it, I guess.
Yeah.
There's more like legitimate games and like maybe some VR only games.
Bringing some of the PC things that already exist
Exactly.
onto bigger platforms. I mean, PC's a huge platform, but like people who don't play PC
Right.
don't have access to that stuff.
Mhm. Yay, video games!
You have money though, Sean.
Yeah, Sean, you make a lot more money than I do, so.
Can you buy me things too?
If I join your Twitch channel and subscribe, do I win stuff?
Yeah.
Going to be at this show, starting with the first ever incarnation of Forza Motorsport going straight to PC. It's
Forza.
Right.
I like. My brother's a big racing game fan, and like, bless his soul, but like, I'm not. I like. If,
Come here, Bill.
Come here, Bill. I'm just not a big fan of racing games because like,
That's fair.
I'm a big fan of like combat racing games.
Yeah.
Like I would say Mario Kart. It's like I like Mario Kart. I like Dirt. Like I think Dirt's like the most I've ever like gone into
fair.
racing. Like, even my dad's really into racing games.
Alright.
I never really understood why. Like it's kind of the same after a while. Maybe it's just me being, I don't know, ignorant.
I mean, it's definitely a niche thing.
It's like sports games. Like I'd rather go outside and play the sport myself than actually like sit down and play a sports game. But like I used to play Madden all the time with my dad. I like cooperatively, like I'll like every time my brother's like, hey, you want to play like a racing game? Like together it's fine, but like single player I can never really.
It's fair. My only like big memory of a racing game for me that was like important to me was Wipeout Fusion for the PSP.
Wipeout.
Nice. Wipeout Fusion for the PSP.
That's a title.
Oh yeah, because you know we all have things from our childhood.
Right. Yeah, I had a PSP for a little bit. I bought it when I moved into my new place. It was actually a gift.
Yeah.
And I had like the Clank, like Ratchet and Clank game, and then I had. I forget what I had, but I had like very few games. It was a very short-lived console for me. Like I was never one much for like handheld gaming. Like I had a 3DS. I had like 4 or 5 games for it.
There's some stuff that like I really like on it. Like I think it was an undervalued system, but at the same time, like you know,
like the Vita too.
Yeah.
That was very like short-lived. I think it was considered like a commercial failure almost.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so which is sad because like it could have like I think it just developers never really hopped on the board of it.
Well, and you gotta sponsor indie developers for that stuff too to come up with larger but still small scale games that can like go on that. I don't know if they were joking or criticizing how realistic the racing was in that, but
maybe both.
Yeah, maybe.
Ted Timmons, he's the PC design
Ted
lead at
Timmons.
Rare to talk about
Rare.
Sea of Thieves.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yep.
Sea of Thieves, man.
That's what we've been waiting for.
Now we're excited.
Thanks for having me. Welcome. It's a pleasure. So Ted, talk to me a little bit about what is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, so we feel like we've made the pirate game you've always wanted. When you think about sailing
True.
around the open seas,
True,
you and your
true.
crew
Correct.
of crewmates.
Let's turn this up a bit.
Basically, it's Pirates of the Caribbean meets the Goonies.
What are some
I
of the
love
things
the Goonies.
that you're showcasing
Goonies is
here
so
at
good.
E3?
Such a good
Yeah, so
movie.
for anyone who didn't see the briefing yesterday, we showed off
It
great
was so
stuff
Basically,
like Riddle, Max
like,
Storms and
no,
firing
you weren't here
yourself
yesterday,
icons.
or you don't have access to a computer. I guess I'll recap real quick.
Common pirate pastime.
You PC gamers don't have access to.
Now, I had to ask the same question.
Maybe we didn't.
Forza Motorsport. What are some of the things,
My PC
some of
can't
the
run
features
Twitch. I
that you
can't.
added
It's
in
too
to
old.
focus on the PC experience?
What do you have? I have like a Macintosh 95. Like really old school. What do you play? Mostly solitaire. I'm a big PC gamer. Solitaire. All different.
One of the top 3 favorite resolutions.
Yeah, it's probably there with 32 by 9 and 16 by
I'm
9
gonna
as
pretend
well.
I'm a PC gamer with my MacBook Pro.
Well, you can get the dual boot and like boot up
Tell me a little
Windows.
bit
I wanna
more
avoid my
about
warranty,
the
sure.
PC version.
I mean,
obviously, it's probably a challenge to try to develop
No.
14 at once.
Just
Yes,
don't
we
do it.
decided to change our approach to the game. We're actually building both versions
is
in
like
parallel because we felt
what
that's
I
how
wish Puzzle
we
Pirates
deliver the
had
same
been.
game on the same day.
Yeah.
So it's not a port from one device.
I never really played
Correct,
Puzzle
yeah,
Pirates,
we
but
I had a friend who
built
did.
just to
we all had that
build
friend who
from
played that one
the
game. It's
beginning.
like,
One single code
it's like they
runs
see him
on
playing,
their
like
device.
you're playing, like
Well, I know a
every
whole
time
lot
like
of
you're on
viewers
Steam and you
curious
see a
to
friend like
get a
pop up,
chance
you're
to play it.
like,
Is
what
there an
are you
official
playing?
release
Yeah,
date
Puzzle
or
Pirates?
opportunity for them to play it? Yeah, so it'll be coming to
I don't
both
know. Like, there's
platforms
been
in
a
2018,
like the only
but right
real.
now we have a technical
My
alpha.
favorite pirate
Welcome
game I
to
ever
come
played was the
sign up. We
Lego
have
Pirates
thousands
game.
of PC players
That was
playing
pretty fun
already, so
in
yeah,
like
come
kind
join
of
us, CFDs.com.
wholeheartedly
Once
Yeah.
again,
sort of way.
Ted Timmons.
But
Awesome. Thank you
I'm
very
really
much.
excited
Thank you, guys.
for. I want to see what they do with the
Sea
treasure
of
chest we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like, I just, what's in the box, man?
Yeah.
What's in the box?
For sure. Well, and like seeing how they integrate like their multiplayer to like still being able to play.
It's an evolution of Cyberpunk, a game
Like,
called
how do
The
you
Last
find?
Night. Here to
So I
talk
guess you
about
join
it
you would
is
join a
the
server,
creative
and then like
director
you have your
at
4
Odd
friends,
Tales.
and maybe
Join me
maybe
in
like 5 or
welcoming
6 other
Tim
pirates
Sohe.
Yeah.
that cruise. So 20 people, 30 people maybe. But like,
Pleasure, Tim.
it just seems like the dominant strategy
Thanks for
would
coming
be
out. Let's ask
you
the obvious question.
like kind of
What
camp
is
around
The Last Night?
outpost where you have to drop
Yes.
off your treasure, and then like you just kind of camp that, and then you steal the treasure from other people, which is what pirates do.
Yeah.
But like, is that fun? Like that's what a problem I run into when I design games a lot. Is
If it's like
I want to be realistic, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, they would do that in real life, but is that fun?
But yeah, you don't really want to make another game like Rust. That's just
Exactly. You just like. I remember. Oh, this game looks really cool too. The Last Night.
We are
Yeah.
obviously super happy with the trailer reception. It's been absolutely.
I'm just really curious. Like, looks like a kind of like a 2D art style, but it's all pixels.
Yeah, I think it's just really
really
cool. I'm a fan of Cyberpunk in general.
Yeah,
so like,
exactly. So you're looking for Cyberpunk 2077
Yes.
from CD Projekt Red?
Yes.
I hope they announce that here, but I doubt it.
Well, let's talk about what the game is.
But yeah, like I
about.
I love
know
the
that
art
setting
style
of
they
The
have going
Last
along with it and
Night
everything
is
too.
super
Yeah,
important
very
to the
neon.
character
The
game.
rain, and
Yeah.
then it's pixel, and it, like you think it'd be jarring, but it's it
it's
blends.
so pretty.
Yeah, it's so pretty. I'm just curious about what the game is.
Yeah.
Right, like something like my girlfriend always says is, but what do you do?
Right, yeah.
Which is like really, it's like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
Including being a host for a
Yeah,
PC
like
game.
most of the recent
Well, I
Cyberpunk
imagine,
games that have
thank
really
you,
gotten any
this
traction
one
have had this
person who's
aesthetic,
also
Mhm.
excited
and
about
like
the booth.
I'd be cool to see other
in
like
terms
that's why I'm
of
excited for
this world,
Cyberpunk
there's mostly the
2077.
concept
Right.
But like
of
it is
existential
still cool to like
crisis
see
to all
what
the
they're gonna do with
inhabitants.
this and like
Mhm.
Yeah.
what do you do?
Like what it's not like, oh, like what do you do in this game, but it's like I'm still curious about what actually do you do, because
Yeah.
like it doesn't really tell us, and it is pre-alpha, so probably their core design systems aren't made
Yeah,
yet,
for sure.
but still like I'm still very, it's got my interest.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm looking forward to hopefully a game that doesn't have like
when you don't
too
have
much of a
anything to
focus
trade
on
to
like
strive for.
Yeah, and I can
possibly
see,
a drug
obviously there's
dependency.
futuristic lighting.
Because
Like
that's been
I mean, the lore is like there's a new drug that came in the street.
That's been a big thing with Cyberpunk games
Yeah.
recently. Is like the main character has a drug dependency, and I'm like,
Mhm.
that's fine.
A lot of dystopian games like that. Like I know Margaret Atwood wrote there's a sci-fi dystopian.
Right, yeah.
The orcs, like the Orcs and Crake, and like I'm trying to think, the Mad Adams series.
Right,
is
yes.
it's called, and
Right.
like it's
You know,
about
and we
a
talked a little
drug
bit
called
about
Bliss,
where
and like
we are
I
of
even
our
see an
childhood
episode of
lore.
Doctor
You
Who
play
that was like
Yeah.
that, and like almost like every sci-fi dystopian is like there's some drug makes everything better,
say,
everyone takes it, kills everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
which is like very
Or turns
possible.
them into zombies.
Yeah, right. Like something goes
Sure.
wrong, like the cure for cancer.
Because of that, you know,
Everyone's a zombie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, I didn't know the entire population of New York had cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it is New York, though, so maybe.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's it'll be cool to see. Oh,
Maybe gameplay.
What about the gameplay? What are the things that if I'm the player, what do I do in The Last Night?
Thank you,
We take
Sean.
inspiration from some classic genre like point and click and adventure games.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
so you get to solve puzzles and dialogues, of course. But we added a real-time component to it.
Real time in what sort of sense? What makes it a real time puzzle?
So it means that while you are busy breaking in an apartment, for instance, all the simulation is still happening around you. So police come around, and you have to be careful about that.
So in a sense, like if I tried to break into the apartment at night, the police might be on patrol at that time. But if I came in the morning, there might be no police, but
Yes.
the resident might be home.
Absolutely, yeah.
it's so pretty.
So
It is.
that means that
I also got
if
a
you
really
see police
big,
coming around the corner, you better just hide.
Fifth Element?
pretend
Blade
to be
Runner.
over,
Ah.
or maybe
But
drink,
also, yeah, attached
You also
to the
mentioned
element, that's
that
even
the
better.
structure of the game is in one night after the other. What's that like?
Yeah, so the game is structured around several nights, so it spans on several nights, and they are all interconnected, which means that what you tell people on the very first night, and what you do also is remember.
So if I'm just in a conversation, just
kinda
walk
like The
away
World
in
Ends
the
with
middle of
You.
it.
Yeah, they will remember.
That's a title not a lot of people know about. Like I'm glad
love
that,
that game.
Yeah, like I never got to play it. A buddy of mine had it in high school, and it's something that even like it was even in the Dream Drop distance for Kingdom Hearts. That's where I know about it. Oh, that's where that pin's from.
Got the player pin on my bag.
I love the art
That's
style.
what I see the pin everywhere. I know where that's from.
So
It's the
much,
player
Tim.
pin
Thank you,
from
Sean.
World Ends with
I'm
You.
looking forward to it. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
So I'm glad you talked about. So it's a
Once
point
again,
and click
that's
adventure puzzle game.
Yeah, he also mentioned a
for
drug
more
thing.
information
A drug-
about the
So,
last night.
yeah,
Now this
it's
next
gonna be
game
like the rest of them.
surprised
Right
me.
now.
I'm sure it will
Yeah.
surprise
Maybe
you
it'll
because
yeah.
of its
maybe it'll
Still give it a
style.
shot.
It's
Yeah,
from the
exactly.
makers of Arma, the realistic military simulator, and DayZ, the zombie survival game. This one has a much more playful tone, though. Let's look at the next title from Bohemia Interactive.
Bohemia.
What's it?
Peggy 12.
It was the mother of all storms.
Okay, so this is the one that looked like.
But somehow I just knew
Oh, yeah.
everything was going to be. Well, being stranded on a desert island is a lot of fun.
Okay.
You get to meet new friends. You get in shape. And you learn how to craft.
Of course,
Okay.
crafting.
Yeah.
And because it's your land,
Oh.
it won't take long before you call that place a home. But that's just the beginning, because here you can do anything.
No. Easy with that promise. Anything.
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely have my interest here.
But again, what do you do?
Seems like just crafting survival adventure game. Medieval Knights. So maybe like a Rust kind of deal?
Maybe. But a little bit more like Minecraft.
Maybe. What? Is it like Age of Empires where you advance is it like Roblox? Like what is this game? I see like a beam laser over on the left.
It's looking like Roblox with
Islands. Explore your creativity.
Yeah, it's looking like
Visit
Roblox
us
with
at
like, they have the
islands.com.
UI on the sides.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That might be cool, but like
Here to join
yeah,
me
I guess
to talk
it started out
about
very
Islands, the
Sea of
creative
Thieves, and
director
I'm
from
glad it
Bohemia
didn't
Interactive.
stay that
It's
direction.
Alice Ulm.
Because
Welcome,
it's
Alice.
like, I don't want
It's a pleasure to
to
have you
pick
here. Thanks for
between the
joining us
two.
today.
Yeah. It's also nice to see like something else that's reflecting like more kids are getting into coding for gaming because
Right.
of games like Minecraft and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
cool to
Like,
see.
like people made, I know it wasn't a kid, but like they made a fully functional like 4 megabyte computer.
Yeah.
and that's really cool. It teaches kids about electricity and like stuff like that. And there's a lot of games like board games that are trying to teach kids
Yeah.
about programming, but like how things execute in order, which is really cool. Because like when I was a kid, I never had anything like that. Like my first programming exposure was I got my first like college degree.
Right, yeah.
Right, and before everyone was like, "Oh yeah, I made like, oh yeah, I had my Java class in high school." Like, really, I had wood shop.
Yeah.
Auto class.
Yeah, we had, you could take comp sci in my high school. Like
Yeah.
you could take computer science classes
Mhm.
for all 4 years, but like that was it. And it was basically like Java. Like
Yeah,
it
it
was
was-
how to program for websites. Like
I had like Flash and the Adobe suite, so I learned about like Photoshop and stuff, but that's it. No, what is happening here?
And I know that modding is
So it looks like you're gathering resources. It seems like LNK there. You can change the size of your radius.
Yeah.
And you have your brushes. Okay.
Well, we have our own editor. It's
like
not a standalone application.
there's this interesting like wave of gaming now where it's just like because it's all build your own thing. It's like it simulates. It's a program simulating the program they used to design it in the first place.
Right, they made the tool.
Yeah.
They made the engine, and then they made the game in the engine with the tool, and now you're just like, oh, just play the tool.
Yeah.
It's like, what is like, reminds me of like, yeah, like I was gonna say Dwarf Fortress, but that's a very old title.
Yeah.
And Dwarf Fortress like spawned a whole slew of games, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like a cop out to say it, but like it looks like there's a huge exploration aspect too, and like you can destroy any terrain. So, but like, you don't. I see you don't have the same like tools.
Yeah.
So maybe like there's a home base setting, and that's what. That's kind of like the Fallout Settlements kind of deal.
Yeah.
Where like only in a certain range in a certain area that's viable,
that works. Yeah, no, I'm kind of suspecting just from like it being called islands and everything too, that it's like you have your island and you can explore other people's.
Yeah, and then like you build defenses and maybe you can like attack other people's fortresses.
The islands game editor, but at the same time we'll be showing how they can use the editor to create those games.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Play right now, is that right?
Actually, they can already play the alpha version of the game.
Nice.
It's available as a part of our Bohemia
Islands.com.
They can find
I'm gonna write that down.
islands.com. And later this year we are
Who needs to spend time with people after work?
Why would I do that? No, I gotta work on my website after this.
Right.
I told myself, you gotta get started by June, and then like June 6th rolls around, I'm like, damn. I haven't started yet.
I have had an unedited website for my film reel open on my computer for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. One day I'll get to it.
I just need a tool like this, but for websites.
Mm-hmm. Another world exclusive.
Sean, I am so honored to be a part of this world exclusive reveal from developers Klei. You might recognize their name from games like Don't Starve.
Yeah, Klei. Yeah, I was like, I've heard them before.
And last year at the PC Gaming Show, they actually revealed their sci-fi colony sim game, Oxygen Not Included.
That's a cool game. I should watch Day9 play that game. That's a fun game.
They are back with a bang, and I am so excited to reveal their upcoming sci-fi RPG game. It is called Griftland.
Jesus.
All right.
That build up.
Just getting closer and closer to our microphones.
What is it?
But what do you do? Art. But what do you do?
But what do you do? Okay.
Infinite words of wisdom from Dylan's girlfriend.
Thanks, Cody. What do you do? Okay, see like the classic like RPG system.
Yeah.
Trading, drinking, partners, robots.
Foreign languages.
What?
Okay.
It looks interesting.
It's reminding me of like, what's that German company that did all the point clicks recently? Harvey and Edna and stuff, or Edna and Harvey.
I can't. I'm a terrible game designer. I don't know.
Anyways, reminding me of that a little bit.
Okay. Oh, he's back out of jail now, apparently.
Yeah. I like that this is telling a story.
Yeah. Griftlands. Charm, fight, negotiate, cheat.
Oh, so because they're grifters. Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I absolutely love.
I think I definitely checked that one out.
Yeah, no, for
that seems
sure.
right up my alley. Just like a game like that.
Yeah, that one, like, it doesn't say much about it, but it's still something that I'm definitely...
It showed us, like... It's really hard to see what's a pre-rendered cutscene. I know that wasn't pre-rendered.
Yeah.
But, like, a pre-rendered cutscene and what's, like, just gameplay, because, like, it's all about the UI. If you see UI, it's probably in-game. Like, when the Metro game came out, like, the whole thing was a pre-rendered cutscene showing off, like, little tidbits of what's in the game. But they actually look like in-game footage, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got like, you know, there's only so many games that you can do that for, really. Like, it'll be interesting to see how this one actually looks when you play it still.
Right. True. Fair enough. Okay.
It's like there are some where, you know.
What is this? Is this
This was the thing that was so amazing.
Astroneers?
Stand
No.
still, and then you use your arms to grab onto objects in the environment to push and pull yourself around.
Oh.
It's really amazing to
I think it's a VR space game.
Nice.
And then see, like, that's something you're talking about. Like, how do you do movement? And this is like, you can't move freely out in space. You need to push and pull yourself off of objects, and you stand. Okay, I like that a lot.
That's a really cool way of getting around that.
Yeah, that's smart.
This motion that allows you to navigate using your
Peace.
hands, like
Yeah.
It's been a few
Bye.
months since I got the chance to play.
Excuse
What's
me.
been happening in terms of single player?
This is still the kind of thing where, like,
Yeah,
plus because all you have to do is grab.
Yeah, so it's just like a single function, and then like all you need to do is like actually extend your arm to push.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. It's always to see like how people can, with this new technology, how people use it to just like incorporate their games, like the ski pull method of teleportation. But like I don't know any other ones that's like you push and pull for movement. I know it's a lot for like mechanics, but the actual movement that's really innovative.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see what comes from that, because I feel like this game's going to be fairly small.
Like, is that what? Okay.
It's a VR thing.
Was it the? Oh, no, okay. This is like, it's not the same game.
In zero gravity.
Ender's Game got it.
Yeah, Ender's Game. Okay. So how do you control this one, do you think? Looks like you just kind of float around.
It's like, I'm assuming it's like Tron, kind of. You just like, you're throwing your discs, basically.
Right. But like, how do you move? Unless it's like Oculus and controller.
Yeah, it might be.
Or like Xbox or Sony controller, and not like the Oculus wands, I'm gonna say.
Well, because you see both of your hands.
Right.
It's usually more of an indicator of VR.
Okay.
But I'm assuming just because, like,
climb around.
In the Echo Arena.
It seems more like you can't really control which direction you go as much.
Like you kind of like push and pull yourself, like kind of like the other game.
Yes, in ZRG, so.
Okay.
There might be like a button to launch yourself.
Probably. Okay, so this is the game we were.
Yeah.
Just watching. Lone Echo.
Interesting.
Oh.
They're connected.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was confused. I was like, okay, is this like a different game? They just like maybe cut that in at the wrong spot. Lone Echo and Echo Arena. Huh.
That's really cool.
That is interesting.
That's a nice way of like connecting your worlds. Is just connect, like literally, hey,
Hey,
2 games same time.
2 games. One's about sports. One's you're alone in space. You're a robot.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
So I'd like to know a little bit more about Intel's involvement with this game.
Yes.
Just lead.
I love video of people doing like playing VR games.
Out of context, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Just like, what are they doing? No.
It's fine if you got both on screen, but nah.
Yeah. This reminds me of actually Blitzball.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Blitzball is a sport, a fantasy sport inside Final Fantasy X. And it's like kind of like this game, but you're in a giant sphere of magic water that you can breathe in, I think.
Because Final Fantasy X.
Because Final Fantasy. So this is like, yeah, you bounce off walls, you're throwing this discus around. Very Tron. I'm going to call it Tron Ball. Tron Ball. Or
Tron Ball. That works.
Tron Ball. I like it, like all the angles. Like, it's going to be really interesting. Like this.
Or discus pinball.
Discus pinball. Ding, 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 ding. So this is kind of cool, and like you can kind of like hit them on the head to stun them. It looks like so they release control of the ball.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I can see that devolving fairly quickly.
You're just flailing, like you have one ball and like, you're flailing your arm around, and anybody hits you, you're just gonna. Stun, but like you can't really plan for that stuff. Like you can try to mitigate like a cooldown of when you can be stunned next.
Oh yeah.
But like it's something that's really hard on because like something that's really hard to develop for because you have to think about like how can I exploit every mechanic and sometimes you like no, I'm not talking about like duplicating or like glitches, but this is like a stun mechanic that you need to definitely put like a hard cooldown on. So
yeah, for sure.
You know, just I'm sitting there stunned 24/7.
Yeah. No, it's definitely like, and plus there's the whole like player agency with like.
Yeah.
If you have a group of children playing, obviously.
It's gonna get a little crazy.
There's nothing you can do to mitigate that one.
Yeah. Oh, Lawbreakers is a new FPS game, sci-fi. I've seen a couple of like shots of it. Curious to see what they bring out that's new. Definitely.
I know that you guys in the past have been doing a lot of alphas and betas.
Boss key.
They've been going well. The alpha, it was all right, and then the first day,
very confident. It was all right.
June 28th. If you have a key, sign on to Steam, download the latest update, and then we're doing our Rise Up event, which is a full open beta, June 30th. Hop online, play the game, let us know what you think.
Looks like another sport.
I gotta ask what it has been like to have
definitely
play
like
games with feedback.
it's one of those like arena shooters that doesn't have a story tied to it. Like
yeah.
Like Call of Duty has all of its single player stuff, so you kind of like not like understand what's going on, but like it feels like more than just an arena shooter.
Right. Yeah.
So I wonder what like else Lawbreakers will bring to the table that makes it more enticing because there's if you don't play arena shooter, play Overwatch or play, you know, like what, like it says like gravity defying combat. Okay, so the new Call of Duty and like Titanfall has that.
Yeah.
So again, like what is Lawbreakers really bring to the table? That's going to be enticing for me because right now, all like Zero G, a lot of shooter games have Zero G now, or like pseudo Zero G. I can bounce off every wall in the house.
Yeah, like some form of physics are messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's something new. Do the thing.
Do a thing. Perfect. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see what a lot of these games are doing
differently
in the next year.
I know. Like, I'm not asking like Lawbreakers to reinvent the wheel.
No.
But you know, like, there's gotta be a little like nowadays. Like, the expectation from gamers is a lot higher.
Yeah.
Than it was. It's a couple years ago, where it's like, okay, so yeah, everyone has this now. Like, it sucks that like maybe you had the idea before that, and these games came up before yours. So it's like, okay, well now I'm just gonna finish releasing the game.
Yeah, like in that case, just hope that it's better.
Yeah, hope that it's better. Do your research.
But yeah, for some of these, like Overwatch has been out long enough that
So I think this
game is intense.
Yeah, this is Lawbreakers here.
Hardcore PvP. Your instincts take over. It's primal.
It's
okay.
Full frontal fury, a million miles an hour.
Literally from every angle.
I was shaking after the matches ended. It was like a high. One of the fastest games that I've ever played.
Are you ready for another one? I'm like, I just need a minute, man. I'm shaking over here.
Voice cracks.
Yeah. So it's an arena shooter.
Yeah, so very similar to Quake.
Yeah.
In that sense. Which is also Quake,
coming out.
Quake Champion just came out now with BJ Blazkowicz from the Wolfenstein franchise. Now like an added character.
Yeah.
So that's something else Bethesda announced. So now it's going to be like Quake. And like Quake is like a storied like franchise in the industry. Like it was one of the first. Like Quake invented rocket jumping pretty much. So
well, it also kind of invented esports.
It very, very much invented esports. So like, what is Lawbreakers going to take? And like, I see a lot of people now. They make games. They have like already esports incorporated. Like, it's like, does this really deserve an esport? Like they just release it. It's like, oh, it's an esport. Like there's already a championship league. There's already pro players. There's already like a whole competitive scene. It's like,
I don't like releasing something with pro players. Like, hey,
it's like
that's not really the point.
It's like the whole point of it is like, I understand that people are going to be better at it, but like
it's those people would also have to work up learning curve like everyone else at the same time as everyone else.
Like I just literally learned about all of these people, and like the game just came out. It's like how they already 4,000 hours. Like they're all on Twitch and stuff. It's like who decided the pro players?
Yeah.
You know, like.
That I just haven't seen before.
Medic role is actually phenomenal. It was Battle Medic, they call it. So it's
I'm like it does look fun.
Yeah.
But like again, like
only so many. You
they can just
choose.
Exactly. Like I already play Overwatch. Like I know people are just going to they Quake better. There's Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Is another one. Like so. But this looks like a lot of like movement. It's all about like 360 movement and like flying even like outside the map. So that might feel like cheap because like I'm tired of games. Well, I'm not tired of games, but a lot of games people are tired of people showing up behind them and just dying from every angle. And they're like, "Oh, I was dying from every angle."
Yeah.
No one's happy about that. You, in a sense of a game, you want control.
Yeah.
Right. You want it to be hard, but you want control. Like I know where people are going to come from, and if you always expect death from every angle, it's exhausting.
But giving them the option at the same time, giving them the option of leaving the arena and coming back in.
Yeah, I like that.
You get that you have an escape regardless. Like,
right.
Just go up.
just go up. And it's not like in the new Battlefront coming out where you have to get a vehicle. It's just built into your kit.
Yeah.
So you get it faster. So that's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
I hope it. They said there's a beta coming out, so I'm gonna have to try it. Maybe it's just like the gameplay is so exhilarating. It's like if I go back to Overwatch, it'll feel slow, you know. So I think that's actually what they're going for.
Yeah.
Chucklefish.
All right.
Oh. Starbound. Let's take a look at their upcoming game, Wargroove.
Wargroove, eh?
Interesting.
Oh my God, it's even more adorable.
I love this. Ah!
Oh, this reminds me of there's a game for the DS that was like this. There was a lot of like it was like some war game. It was very stylized. Reminded me of Metal Slug a lot.
Ah.
I forget what the name is called right now.
Yeah.
I need to get better at remembering names for games, but like the whole dual screen when they come in like that, that's what reminds me of. But it's a welcome sight. Yeah, very much.
The moving is reminding me of. I also need to get better at this. It's another game for the DS where you're like a magic user and you have to like draw with your staff.
Oh, I remember. I know what you're talking about.
And that's how you commanded your army and stuff too.
Also, I guess it's very Fire Emblem with the movement. But then it's just like a 2D strategy game in general. It's going to be like that, like Final Fantasy Tactics. Map editor.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool. I like the really pixely art style that's still fluid in movement.
It looks like they just kind of randomly generate which trees show up where and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I like his name's Mercia.
Mercia, I think.
Oh, whoops. Thanks for the save on that one.
You're welcome.
Made it.
I like Toothless.
Toothless, yeah. I think I'm losing it. I thought that said Vader. Vader and Mercia.
Oh, yeah.
That's Baldur and Mercia. Wargroove.
That's really cool.
Yo, I like that.
Wargroove.
The problem with this conference is
we're not just going to get a chance
it's like, oh, what's that? Oh, that game was so cool. And then like 3 days later, it's like, oh, what was it called? War, bound, no.
Oh, I've got like a running tab on my notes on my computer.
Welcome. It's so great to have you.
Oh,
well, I must say right away, the gameplay reminded me quite a bit of Fire Emblem and Advance Wars.
I get to do 2 more conferences too.
Oh, man.
Definitely kind of
I
inspiration.
think there's like half an hour left in the conference.
But
Wargroove is a turn-based tactical strategy
We're getting
game.
there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a game about starting to build up your resources every mission and push forward into
Okay, resource gathering.
Yeah.
I remember like in our first year, we had a professor.
Yeah, we've got a lot of unique kind of gameplay mechanics.
He's cut out
so
because he's
leaned
laying down.
My bad.
Story time.
We had a professor in our first year, and we had to make board games, and a big easy trap to fall in board games.
So what we're looking
you can
at
keep talking. I just have to plug in my computer.
Oh, okay. Big.
This is our campaign editor.
I forgot that you could still hear me without headphones.
Yes.
I'm not my own soundproof.
It
was a big. What was I saying? Yeah, a big like no to do, and like a big trap to fall into was just have resources. Just like not like for any meaningful purpose, just like resource points, and like so many games have those, and they're kind of like just arbitrary word for points.
The cool thing with that is
so
every branch can have
a big thing to like try to avoid was saying the word resource, because it's so easy. Unless your game was like I have to go collect wood and stone, kind of like Catan.
Right, like no resources, like no mechanics for the sake of mechanics.
Yeah, just like you have resources for the sake of resources. Does it actually do something in the game? And it's really true. Like we really had to think about. Oh no. We really had to think about what we had in the game, like meaningful. But I like this a lot. Making your own maps for these, like, hope you can like play against your friends on maps you made.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that's part of their plans for it.
Kind of integral to the strategy of Wargroove. You have this
my laptop's controlling the stream, so it can't die.
It just cuts out. Like, what happened? They died.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're really powerful, so you can push
that's
forward really heavily with them.
I mean, that goes back to the, but what does it do? Like, what are the resources for?
Right. I'm assuming.
Then you actually lose the game.
Yeah, they said about resources. I think they mean by that on this game was probably for your units.
Yeah.
Like you need to gather enough, like kind of like the Age of Empires, you need enough wood to make your units.
Base of operations and to take the opponent's HQ is to
well,
win
and
the match.
also just like building up your army and stuff in general.
Yeah. You're not just gonna be able to spam units. You need to like actually.
So you can use this
okay, so it looks like if you brush over,
and assign like a scripted encounter
like the mountains there, like you have the snow-capped mountains and the ones that aren't. It looks like if you brush over them, again, it becomes like, yeah, like it becomes a bigger mountain the more you like go over it. That's cool.
Nice. Or just like continues to.
Your story takes a different turn, and
just always build on.
Go into the forest to fight more, and so on.
Now, Doris,
I like the little touches. You don't need a fish in that pond,
but it's there now.
So it's very simple, like as simple as sharing the map actually. So you can just share the map.
So you can share the map.
And if you want more content,
that's good.
Go online.
Because I want to show my friends and play with my friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Play scenario.
And there it is. So let me actually take a step over to this timer here.
It's also kind of League of Legends.
3 minutes, and we have gotten a chance to design a campaign map, end a mission, and get it playable. That is incredibly fast.
That's
Jay,
really cool.
Doris, I want to thank you both so much for coming out to talk about this game today. Cheers, guys.
Thanks
and
I mean, you'll take the learning curve of like
of course.
an
like
hour
if,
to,
yeah, if you're not used to these kinds of strategy games, like anybody plays Fire Emblem is going to be like,
Yeah.
That's except for like the resource management one.
Well, yeah.
Which it might have. I'm not sure. I have played 1 or 2 Fire Emblems, but never one that's like.
Yeah, I haven't paid attention to Fire Emblem in a long time.
So hopefully there's like a like it's not like too hard to get into, because I know a lot of strategy games have these kind of complex resource management games resource management mechanics that's like it's really heavy and deep, and that's like some people want that, but like someone who's never played a game like that, it's a really big curve to get over. And sometimes I give up halfway. It's like, okay, like I just want to sit down and play some strategy games, but like maybe I
not
need
one
to
that takes like a rule book to figure out how to do it.
We had this board game. Oh my god. It was called Tide of Iron.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Twilight Imperium for a second.
No, that one's also like quite quite the game to learn how to play.
Yeah.
So Tides of Iron was a World War II board game. It was a European board game, so lots of moving pieces, lots of dice, lots of figurines.
Yep.
And like it was cool because my brother and I were like, you know, we were in the Army cadets as kids, so we're big like Army kids. We're like, we're going to play this board game. It's going to be sick. It took us... I actually never played a game. I tried to learn it 4 different times. And it's just like there's so many rules. There's like suppressing fire, covering fire, there's line of sight, there's this, there's that, there's this, and this. You're just like, oh my god.
So much to learn that like at that point there's no point in learning the game because
exactly.
You've read the rule book so many times that you're like, it's basically a novel.
There's like 6 different decks, and there's like these bags. There's 2 bags of dice. One's black, one's red, and you each get a bag. And you're like, oh my god, like what do I like? What, and they have to build your own squads and vehicles, and there's like, it's just, it's easier as a video game.
Yeah.
At that point, it's just too much.
Sometimes you need automation for it.
Also, I was like 11.
That's okay, fair enough.
Like these, like nowadays, it's like we like pick up a game with a friend who likes board games, like that Game of Thrones one. It takes a little while to learn. But enough board games.
Yeah.
Shadow of War.
Gonna skip to that.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're seeing some like callbacks to the movies now, which is
okay.
Nice. Like it looks like they're trying to connect everything.
Mm-hmm. Like you saw like the ring race. You saw, I think it was not Barad-dûr. There's the City of the Dead that's like right next to Mordor. Yes. I forget what it's called, with the green tower. Yeah, you know, everyone knows what I'm talking about.
My uncle will disown me for not remembering the name, but it's fine.
We'll hear about it.
Yeah.
We saw Shelob, I think, or just another giant spider. But yeah, I like how it's like just nods to more of the Lord of the Rings universe.
Yeah,
it's not like,
and we saw the creation of the rings for part of that too.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like right before that. So a part of me thinks like he's gonna lose, because like it was like the 3 armies there.
Yeah.
It was the men, the elves.
I'd be okay with that. We need more games where people lose.
Right? Everyone wins all the time. That doesn't always happen.
All my video games. Like, I want a video game where you put hours and hours of effort into it, and then you get Dark Souls ending.
You die. Just what? Because like a lot of people like see death as failure.
Yeah.
In games, and like
because for the rest of the game it is.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, you just restart a checkpoint, but like if you, it's like when a character in the story of Final Fantasy dies, it's like just use a Phoenix down.
Yeah.
What do I know I have 99 in my inventory. Yeah. Use them. It's like, no, she's dead forever because that's how it works. It's only if you're knocked out, or it's like, no, I know she's. This is revived a fallen ally.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. Like like there's a death positive game coming out, nice. Mortician's Tale. That's cool. We need more games like that. It's just dying in a game isn't always bad.
That's true.
And like maybe a horror game where no matter what you do, you can't win.
True, yeah.
That's terrifying.
Well, I mean, also with this, like, you see him waking up now too, but like it's a reminder that like he has died already.
Right.
Like he's dead.
He dead.
You were playing a corpse in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel pain?
Do you
suffer?
What of the city? The Palantir?
The Nazgûl have taken both.
Ooh.
Oh.
They belong to the Dark Lord now.
Who's our friend here?
So this is like just a few years before the movie.
What if you keep fighting?
His wheels to light of Galadriel. We can recover the ring.
Your rings are the cause of all this, Elf Lord.
Ooh.
You can see him.
I see him.
Who are you?
He's like,
I'm
not
the
used to
Blade
this.
of Galadriel.
Since when does Galadriel work with assassins?
Great threats make for unlikely alliances. You know this better than most. Now tell me more about this ring.
Interesting.
I'm really excited to defeat Sauron. Lord of the Rings universe has always been a big part of like my mom's big and all the Rings fans. I've seen all the movies, so I think before this game comes out, maybe I should pick up Mordor. Shadow of what's it called?
Shadow of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor. Okay, I was like, I know it's Shadow of something. But it's not War.
It's not Colossus.
Shadow of Colossus, more War. That's the one. So. Yeah, like, it definitely seems interesting with these story beats. Like, I know the gist of it, but like.
Yeah, I mean everyone knows the gist of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Tolkien.
Yeah, exactly.
Shadow of War. As a huge fan of Shadow of Mordor, I'm really excited to see where the story goes in the sequel. And I'm pleased to say we have one final game to announce. It's from Microsoft, and I'm not even allowed to say the name yet. So joining me to talk about said
like
unnamed game,
but okay.
It sounds like you're just trying to overhype a game that's going to be maybe
Thank
mediocre.
you so much for having me on the show.
I'm sure it's going to
Love being here. Now, Adam, I understand that you've been in games for a long time.
I have. I am coming up on my 25th year making video games. So yes, you can actually have a
Someone with
career
that last
in
name
games.
can't wear green
and
on stage.
I'm sorry, Mike or Isaac. You can't. You gotta change blue or something. Man.
Adam is green. Well, yes, we can see that.
A lot of time.
I mean,
real-time
this
strategy.
is a joke, or
I
I mean, you're not wrong.
For years, working on the Command & Conquer series. Earth and Beyond, a whole bunch of great games there. Petroglyph, Universe of War, Empire at War. So a lot of history on PC, and I'm excited to get back to it.
Well, I understand that this title is an homage to those roots, and I'm still not going to tell you what it is, but I know.
Come on, Sean.
Let's head
Come
right in.
Sean, we were here for you.
World exclusive trailer.
Okay, let's check this out.
Well, fine. We got a name at the end.
Or we can guess what it is.
True.
Okay, you see, like Roman proudly.
Yeah. Civilization?
Tower of Babel? No. It could be a Civ game? I doubt it, though.
Yeah.
Civ 6 just came out.
Yeah.
But it does feel very Civ-y.
And 20 years.
20th anniversary.
What came out in 97?
Someone quick. Google it.
Age of
Empires.
Ah.
Hey, definitive edition. 4K Ultra HD. Oh, man.
And 2.
Okay. Oh wow. Oh, they're re-releasing new zoom levels. Oh my god. My camera can go even further out, and the power of the world is mine.
Never zoom out in these games, to be honest.
Yeah, no. It's zoom in if anything. So they're re-releasing. Oh, for Xbox.
Yeah. I'm assuming also Steam.
I'm assuming. So they're just remastering the first game.
Yeah. I'm assuming it'll lead into the second one eventually.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like, here's the thing though. It's like, I have Age of Empires 3.
Yeah.
And that has a lot more mechanics to it than Age of Empires
Yeah.
1. Now, for nostalgia, there's a beta too. Like,
yeah.
At this point, it's like, I would rather just play the first Age of Empires to get that full nostalgia. Like, I don't need a remastered version of every.
Although there are younger people who might want to get into it but not have the full mechanics to deal with.
That's true. Like, Age of Empires 3, there's a lot going on. So, maybe.
I jumped in with Civilization with, like, Civ 5.
Right, and there's a lot going on.
I know what it's like to learn from that end of it, and you're like, nah.
I played Civ 3, and I was like, okay, maybe this is... I played, like, on the second difficulty, and I was like, nah, man, this game's gonna crush me.
Yeah, I know, really.
So, yeah.
These day and age, like,
but,
who
like,
even has a drive?
I don't know. I feel a little underwhelmed
and
by
this
it
has
because
been such a
Age of
labor of
Empires
love
1
for
is
us
not
at
a hard game
Microsoft
to
and our
run.
development
No.
partner at,
And like,
Forgotten Empire
I understand that like,
bring back Age of Empires.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
a
there's like
wonderful definitive
it only
edition,
runs on like
so
Windows
everyone can
XP, but like
experience it.
there's a lot of games like Age of Empires that come out recently that are probably more fun. So it's definitely a play on
We have redone
nostalgia.
every single asset
And
in
like
the
maybe
original
they're
Age of Empires.
maybe it's the
Every
start of something
animation,
like
every
new that they're
tile
gonna
set,
like
everything
like
that made Age of
why
Empires
not Age of
great,
Empires
we have
4
carefully and lovingly taken and made.
I did not just look at his name and his shirt. He ruined it forever for me. Adam is great.
Oh, yeah. 16 faces now, so there's
it's definitely like
jitter,
it'll be cool to have
a ton of work has gone into making
these
the game
games come out because there's a lot more
what
nostalgia that's going to be announced
so
in the next
orchestrated
48 hours.
Recorded
But
the
like,
entire soundtrack to the game.
It would be nice if they came out with this along with
Age of Empires 4, because like maybe there is an Age of Empires 4. Like, I'm not sure.
Now I have to ask.
I'm not a big. I was an Age of Empires 3 fan.
Gameplay back then that were a little janky.
Like, yeah, a little janky, just a little bit.
So you did say like remaster, like new and improved gameplay. So hopefully they add some mechanics to it. Like,
no, for sure.
There's the there's always the cheat where you can get like the Cobra car.
Although he is mentioning that they actually like kind of modernized the mechanics a little bit, so maybe they did a little bit, but I can't imagine they did much because at some point it'll just be we're at Age of Empires 3.
Yeah, so hopefully, like I know Age of Empires 3 had this whole like city management thing to it, like not like in game, but like outside the game where like you got bonus units and a skill tree. So maybe that will have that. I know.
Extra things to worry about.
The big question is, will we see the return of cheats in games? Because like cheat codes have died out completely almost. Like there's cheats you can unlock, like Rock Band. There's like you have to know the button input for the cheats, which is like the only real version of cheats, which is just unlock all songs, pretty basically. So I know like every strategy game, like StarCraft, and Age of Empires, and I think Civ has like cheat codes. So
well, especially like anything older too. Like
yeah, like the GTA 3, like the up, down, down, left,
the
left,
Konami
right.
code.
Yeah, right. So you get a tank.
Yeah.
So like I remember I used to buy those books. That's like 2002 cheat codes.
Yeah. Well, like they became so like culturally important that like when something's going wrong with your Netflix, you put in the Konami code and then just hit up 4 times.
Really?
Yeah, it's like up, down, down, left, right, up, up, up.
And that fixes
and that
it?
gives like shows you to another menu, and like that has extra settings. And that's where you can solve a bunch of your problems if Netflix is going wrong.
Really?
Like actual websites use the Konami code,
which is like
as their like secret menu.
Yeah, it's the cheat code.
Yeah,
it's the Konami
like,
code.
People still like.
And like
it
even
made
like
cheat codes relevant.
Kids today like know what the Konami code is. Like I never had a like I think it was Contra had the Konami code. I forget what game it is, but like I never played any of the games with the actual Konami code as like the origin. I still knew about it.
Yeah.
Right? It's just everywhere.
Yeah. And like finding new cheat codes will be
nice, you know, just like different ones that like that's not kind of like big head mode, you know, like or the ones that you just unlock by playing the game.
Yeah, for sure. Part of some awesome game reveals and kicking it with you guys today. If you want any more information on any of the games that you saw today, go to PCGamer.com. If you want to hang out with me and check me out on the internet at OMG It's Firefox, pretty much everywhere. I had a blast, and for one last time, back to you, Sean.
Yeah.
You so much, Sonya.
I sound like you said F you.
F
you, Sonya. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Nice.
Live sound.
Live sound. I mean, pretty much went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that one strange camera where it's like, I'm just gonna
go in the middle of the shot.
Go over here. And she's like, now what am I looking at?
Yeah. No, but like at the same time, like, you know, considering, I don't know if you saw like the EA stuff from earlier this week.
I think so.
I had a friend send me the link to like what happened with the EA stuff, and it was just like the guy was so unengaged the entire time.
There's like you can tell they were reading off of like a prompter, and it was just like they're always like looking at the camera and then like looking over and then looking back at the camera and then like it was like what are you looking at, man? And like check it out. The game is great, and there's 15-player multiplayer, and then it's like okay, guys, like try to sound excited for your game so I can get pumped. Like we were saying earlier, the video ball guy, GDC talk. Like I have to show that video after. It's like I want to play this game now. I have to. Like it's the best game ever made.
Yeah, like you don't even have to have seen it. You're just like
no, you just know. Like, have you seen video? I have seen. I love Video Ball. It's the best game ever. And he's like, the way he just talks about it, it's such passion. You don't see in a lot of conferences like this because it's a lot of game heads going and like, so what's this?
This is post show.
Oh, post show. Okay.
Yep.
So it's like a lot of like heads and stuff like that, but like it's not very often you get the developers talking about. Cause like I know after you work on a game for 2-3 years, you hate it.
Well, yeah.
Like you absolutely
You're
hate
like,
it.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah.
It's been my life for too long.
Yeah, like,
we're done.
we're done. A professor of mine worked on Red Dead Redemption.
Oh yeah.
Right, and he's like, oh, people are like, do you still play? He's like, no, I'll never play that game.
No.
It's like,
Yeah.
why? It's I hate it. It's just because he worked on it for like what 3 or 4
Yeah.
years. He's like, I'm not touching it ever again.
Yeah.
It's a great game, sure. Not playing it. I don't
Yeah.
need to. I made it. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like he also worked on like Simpsons Hit and Run and
Oh,
Road
yeah.
Rage. So he's like, yeah, I'm never gonna
No.
play them. It's like, oh, do you still play? It's like, no, I don't play a single game I've made.
No.
Just because like. I've done the same thing where like you test the game, you test it. Like if you don't hate your game by the time it releases, you didn't do your job.
No, that's fair.
Because you have to play it until you hate it, so that you can see what's wrong with it and then try to fix it, right?
Yeah.
Like this isn't fun. Why? And then it's just like, no, I'm just tired of playing this
Yeah.
game. Okay, release it. You know?
Yeah. No, for sure. Well, on
What?
that note, thanks for helping me out today.
No problem.
And as well as you being here, I will be back for the other 2 conferences of the day later on. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Later.
Later.